this is just about a time where I take the time out and say good morning to you again right here on Vibes FM. Welcome to the program Speak Out Unfiltered for today, Thursday, 23rd day of October. Good morning, good morning, good morning to our listeners, wherever you are in the tri-island state of Petit Martinique, Carriacou, Grenada. Good morning. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, good morning as well to you, always there locking it down with us. And we also want to say good morning to our listeners, those of you viewing us on Facebook and YouTube, and listening to us on the internet as well, in your comfort zone, wherever you are. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So glad to have you in our company today, as we're going to do the usual, reminding you the program is interactive. It's your program where you can call and express your views, your opinions, whatever the case might be. We entertain as much as we can. And the telephone numbers to do so, 403-0101, 403-0101, and 443-0101, 443-0101. Also, you can call 458-1914, 458-1914. So without further delay, let me move over, who is hosting the program with me this morning, and say good morning to my co-host of the program, Speak Out Unfiltered, Coy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Well, I wondered what happened there.
I didn't want you good morning to go live.
I realized that. Good morning to you, Kim. Yeah. And certainly good morning to all the listeners, wherever they are, especially our friends and colleagues in the diaspora, wherever the diaspora is, in Canada, in the US, in England, the Caribbean itself, and even far. You know, I've been looking at the listeners just a couple of days ago, and I see that we have listeners, not one, but listeners in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
I said, wait, no. What's
India?
India? Yeah, I mean, a lot of the places are out there. I mean, so I wonder what really happening.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why is the interest in listening to Vibes in Carriacou, in Russia, and the places like that? But yes, so we have a lot of people listening in different places, especially, of course, you know, one of the leading places that we have listeners in terms of the diaspora is in the USA, all over the USA, from California down in South down there to right up to the top. Mm-hmm. We have listeners, and I want to say good morning to everybody. And it's such a nice experience to be able to speak into people, and we aren't just speaking to people and just saying things that we imagine in our heads, but we having a discourse, a dialogue, and I think it's so important that we adopt this position where we speak to each other. We will not always agree with each other. I mean, you can't expect everybody to agree, but the point is, as we discuss what's happening here in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and of course by extension Grenada, we want to say that this is an opportunity again that we have to discuss the things that are important to us, to discuss the things that are really affecting us. And you know, Kim, I realize some people might want to pretend that they're not affected. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, you can't pretend that nothing. I mean, you know, that you're not affected. But that's why I think that we as a people need to face the issues, discuss it, and see how we could get ourselves out of whatever it is. I mean, we can't deny that times are hard and things are challenging, and these things exist. So I really want to say that I look forward to this program today, where we can discuss genuinely the issues. Even if we have to disagree with each other, but at least discuss the matters, and let's
move on with it. You're quite right about that, you know, because we sometimes get very negative, you know. And we want to eat at one another for no reason at all. It doesn't make any sense, you know, because I love discussions. I love to talk to people, share opinions, you know. And sometimes you see things different at the end of the day. When you finish your discussion, you know, you get a different view.
Well, no, I didn't look at it that way. You know?
That's it,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and this is what I would like to see happen today, as we engage each other, discuss the matters, and support each other, you know.
All right, okay. Well, I'm just looking at what's really happening here, right here in the island of Carriacou, and you realize this weekend is Confess. Confess.
Not confession, though.
Not confession. CORN.
Festival.
Fan festival.
Yes.
And it's very nice to know that we'll be celebrating that again.
Somebody. I was speaking to someone from the in the diaspora last evening, and saying, trying to recall the things that have been happening in Carriacou, the confess, the parang, and all kind of things that's
Yeah, we have
happening
a
and
lot
so
of
on.
festival.
Yeah. So when I said confess, you say, where you get con? I say, what I do,
Watch that.
import it, you know.
Whatever.
But yeah, that's coming up, and confess,
Yeah.
confess.
Just give me a minute. Let me
We'll
see.
go into it.
All the phones been lighting up. I opened up the lines early and I realized that we have callers on the line. So let me try to take as much as we can. We're going to get back to the confess right after this. Vibes FM caller. Caller, welcome to the program. Caller, come in.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mills. Greetings. How are you?
Greeting, not bad. And how are you this morning?
Pretty all right, by the grace of God, man. Listen, the only thing that is not failing me is my tongue.
Give thanks for that as well. I'm telling
Everything
you.
else failing. But
Yes.
who pray that
No.
we had to go there one day?
Okay, that's right.
All
Okay.
of we.
Okay.
Very nice introduction there, Mr. Coy. We
Thank
have
you.
to talk.
Yes.
We all have to talk because we all have a bit, some have the capacity to express themselves better than others. But we have to talk. No man has the dominion on thought. But let's start where we really ought to start.
Okay.
Matters at
Okay.
hand in our little country today.
Right. Okay. Yes, go ahead.
We like to say that we say and maintain no to the request made by the United States to set up any military type or purpose radars on our territory, especially Point Saline, well, let's call it in his name, Maurice Bishop International Airport. You know, it is extremely strange, and Grenadians should know that. I heard a gentleman a couple of days ago, and I investigated, I found that we do have radars set up in Grenada, one in the south, over in the area of Point Saline, but away from the airport a bit, probably about a kilometer or less, on a hill over where the U.S. Embassy used to be. But these have been established, I understand crystally clearly, that they've been established through the Shipwright Agreement of the 1990s, thereabout, for tracking normal navigation through the region. Civil purpose. Civil purpose. They don't lack anything. Additionally, on the ships, 3 principal ships of the U.S. fleet out there now, the USS Iwo Jima, which is a cruiser, a missilistic cruiser. They have all the mobile radar for tracking the missiles, including the Tomahawk missiles. And one of the missiles, the variations of to say this too, as we chip in here, one of the variations of the Tomahawk missiles has nuclear, or say the capacity to carry a nuclear payload. We do not know if those that are on board now have him. The region is supposed to be one of peace as declared in conventions of the past and nuclear free. Is it so? We don't know. What is it they want? Another important thing that we must note, and Mr. Gentleman, Mr. Mills, I may ask you if as you go along and during the course of the day, to find that recording by Ronald Reagan, the latter part of 1983, when he told the world in no uncertain terms that we were building in Point Saline a military air base and naval base. The words are there, they're registered in my head. Crystally clearly, he told the world.
I remember.
A lie.
I remember that.
A lie it was, because they had their plans to come and to disrupt, well, to invade our country to set up what they wanted to set up. No, I'm not ruling out that there was turmoil in our country and needed some sort of intervention. I'm not ruling that out. But why lie to the world? And just the same, they're lying to the world today as relates to Venezuela. But that's another subject in itself. Mr. Mills, my challenge to them is that if you invaded Grenada because it was being converted into a Soviet military space, why do you want to use our sovereign space today? Huh? The Soviets, and those evil communists are not there anymore, but you want to aggress another Caribbean country or neighbor, and you want to use military assets on our territory. The answer is no. And despite the fact of those kowtowers, ass lickers, ball haulers that want to suck up to the United States to say, oh no, what about the money transfers? What about the barrel that, oh no, this is a matter of national integrity, national pride, national dignity, national sovereignty if we claim to be a politically independent and sovereign nation state. Use your diplomacy, but the answer is no. And I can afford to say this publicly, that if the Prime Minister, thus referred to Prime Minister of this country, were to succumb to the United States on their request, the government shall fall, or should fall, can fall, and will fall.
That's
on
your
this
view.
point,
That's your view. Okay. We
that
appreciate
is my view, of course.
But
But there are many other things. I don't want to take the first volley for too long, but we'll come back.
Yeah.
But I'd appreciate if you would, during the course of the exercise, play that recording by, what's his name?
Ronald Reagan.
May that soul rest in peace and not torture the world.
I'll try.
We'll be back, Mr. Mills,
I'll
because
try,
there are a lot of
I'll
things
try to
to
find
talk
it.
again.
Okay, thank you so much there. Okay. And remind you again, the telephone numbers 403-0101, 403-0101, 443-0101, and 458-1914, 458-194-1914. And you're free to express your opinions right here on this program. We entertain as much as we can. And once you call, and we give you the platform to do so. But getting back before we get a little bit more into that, Koi, I just want to just wrap up what we were talking about the Confess and saying that it's going to be a big thing this year. The location has been changed into the Botanical Gardens. I think it's ideal. And the organizers are in full gear and they have all the support. And don't worry about Con. Con would be available in all forms, shapes, and numbers. And I think we might even have excess Con too.
But yes, I know. And, as I think about that as well, and when a person asked me about where are you getting the corn from, I reflected and I said, but wait now, this is the only time we have All Saints. And one of the staples of All Saints is Asham.
Yes, the Asham.
Yes. So you can bet your bottom dollar. We're going to have Asham.
We're going to have Asham. 5 FM. Next caller come in. Caller?
Good morning, brother.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, brother Colin.
Hi. Good morning.
I just called this morning as a regular to make my contribution.
Yes.
Am I welcome in class?
Yes, go ahead. Yes, class is open.
You asking if you welcome? Well,
Okay.
I don't understand.
Yes.
No, I'm just asking, because
Okay.
I have to make sure that all is the right person. That's
Okay. Well, we just ticked you off as present.
How's the preparation for Kerku for all these activities coming up, man?
Very nice.
You're Mr. Coyle.
Yes, man. Things are taking shape.
rolling very nice.
Yes.
I feel like
So those in Grenada and all them station, man, I've kicked him. You are Mr. Coyle at pushing it. I find another station pushing all the Kerku thing also too, and that's good.
Well, yeah, we where it's at, This is where it's happening.
As a matter of fact, I said something last week. I got a reference, and when I told you, Kim, I am not talking no stupidness, I know what I know what I'm saying with all the votes. I see I have 3 new friends from Kerku.
3?
Like people that call me and tell me, boy, I just listen Kim program because I'm a cat. And I'm religiously, I don't move. You say, that was a woman. She said, all what you say is true, your man. She said, your man, I know you, She said, I know you're good. You give a very good account of yourself on the program. So, Kim, I'm glad, man, because of your program, I'm over notch up.
Okay, all right.
Like the new friends are making Kerku, they say, they tell me they know it.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
What I talk about and explain. And one of the women tell me, you're not to go to grammar school, really. You do it better than them who go in grammar school. Well explained.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I want to say good morning to a couple ladies before I give my short piece. Miss Tessa Sensei. Don't frighten God is good and God knows best. Good morning, Gloria and Delma Thomas. Good morning, Claudia Joseph. Wherever you are, take a bow. We are just waiting to endorse you. And that's the journey. Good morning, Larry Barry and Miss Barry, Mrs. Barry. I hope you all is well. And Larry must give me a call. Kim, something I want to talk about this morning straight up. I want to tell you and tell the nation. There's a guy going on all them stations, and he called your program already. Terrorizing, I have to use the word terrorizing, scandalizing, and doing everything, and he just be on the Minister of Agriculture back. That is Mr. Lennox Andrews. Also, I want to tell you, give the man a break. How the man choose to wear tie, you see, and never travel. The amount of people I know don't do that with their tie. Even writing, if you know a man called Toffee, you who listen in the program. Toffee used to do that all the time. You had another youth man called Chris on the street. Every time you see him, he shove his tie over his shoulder. Give him a break. What the man have with you? You're just going on and wait from one morning, you're going on the station up north and only saying about the man and saying that, oh, if it's skeet, he couldn't do that. And saying the Japanese and them tell you about it. Japanese tell you about it. Stop lying. He's a big man. Let me tell you about some place you could go. Put a few $1,000 in your pocket. Try to get alive. Travel to St. Martin. It have a lot of green apple and ripe apple selling and nice orange to suck. It have a lot of outlet in St. Martin. You could go in the Mang and you're welcome. Go in Nassau, Bahamas, go on Bay Street. Or you could go over in Lyford Key. It have the same thing they're selling. Grapes and nice orange to suck. Go in Haiti, in Princess Street, in Porter Springs. You understand? You could get the same set of fruits and them they to suck. Give them men a break. You understand? Or go to Long Wall in Santo Domingo where the Navy base is. You're going to meet a lot of people selling fruits there. Give him a break. And if you don't give him a break and you're just being on the heel, you understand? It went good on good with the people in St. Andrews. You understand? And people in Grenada. Time for you to give the man a damn break. And I will finish you with you there for now. I'm coming back.
Oh, okay, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. 403-0101, 403-0101, 443-0101, and 458-1914. You'll notice, there's quite a number of people who've been voicing their opinions, and some of them are very, loud in the sense that they want the voices to be heard as it pertains to this situation with the PM, trying to make a decision as to whether or not we should allow America to set up the radars as they requested. Well, we don't know too much about what the details are, but we know.
Just 1 second here. Didn't the first caller did say that there were already radars on grain and soil?
Yes, he mentioned that.
So I didn't hear we made any shout and any protest and about that. What happened? We weren't aware when they were putting that one on.
Well, apparently those that are there, according to what the caller said, used for a different purpose, rather. And I think he went into a little detail to say, to navigate ships, try traffic and things of the nature. And then, but these that were requested, apparently they will be installed for a different purpose.
And the purpose is to monitor and track down what happened in Venezuela?
Well, I don't know that, and I can't say that straight out. That is the purpose of it. We all suggesting that because the details of the requests, we have not privileged to that as yet. Because I heard the Prime Minister speaking, and saying, this request has been made quite a while ago, way back in August, and it's a normal thing around the Caribbean. For you to be making this kind of request to one another, if we need assistance and things like that. But we don't know the details of the request. I believe that people are suggesting, that's my view. I believe they're suggesting that it has to do with Venezuela, and that's just about it.
Well, I think the first information I got from that when it just started was that it indicated, I think somewhere I could probably go back and find the text for it, but indicated that placing those military assets on our island will give America, the advantage of being able to monitor and being able to see what's happening across there. So
But was that a release from the government, or maybe
No,
an individual giving his opinion?
I read that on some piece with the American media, from the American media. But whatever the reason is, it is to assist them in this endeavor to either overthrow, regime change, or destroy Venezuela, because I think that seemed to be the intention, to destroy.
You listen to the words "seem to be,"
Yeah,
okay,
I know.
You're not sure.
No, of course, yes.
So
of course
this is just opinions that have been expressed, right?
Well, yes,
You're
of course.
expressing opinion,
And while we express opinion, but we have we could reason. You can say I express my opinion when I say 2 and 2 is 4.
well, that's facts.
Yeah, that's facts.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm saying, based on the information gathered, of course, the American media. When we know who they are and what they're capable of, but the point is that they have intentions, and whatever they want to do, they want to assist. They want Grenada to assist them in that process. That's war. Yeah. I want to bring it in here now, and I don't know, listeners, if you follow that or whatever, but in the same context, now they are reporting the New York Times just recently reported that St. Vincent has been brought into the fray. How? They are saying now that some it's not a crate, but some parcel of what is described as cocaine, washed up on the shore of St. Vincent, in St. Vincent. They haven't said where, but of course, reporting that.
Well, you see, well, I saw the same thing that you saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still questioning, because when I don't see enough information, I don't want to say definitely that this is the case. But I saw some stacks and wrapped with this of what they claim to be illegal drugs in there, washing up on the shores. But I didn't see the location, as you just mentioned,
they didn't put
where it was, and I didn't see any information coming from the St. Vincent police,
precisely
saying that they have discovered those what has been said as well there too. So the thing about it, is the story true or is not true, or maybe it's done for a purpose? You see, you got to be very, very careful.
And that's why I'm saying that we have the ability to reason. So we hear things all over the place. What's our reasoning on that? Is it so or is it not so? Or what are the factors? What are the issues pertaining to whatever they are saying? No, I'm not saying that I know. I'm not saying what I read there is absolutely correct, but that's the thinking at this time. So just imagine, Grenada. Now you want to implicate St. Vincent by saying that cocaine and drugs and so on washing up on the shore, and indicating it might have been as a result of the American operations in the Caribbean. These things.
I sometimes just watch, I listen, I read, and I just stay quiet, because sometimes I don't know if I should really believe. Who will I call? Let me take a call quickly. Vibes FM caller, is that Basketman? I think it is. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning, Zakim. Good morning, Mr. Kai.
Hi, what's up?
How are you doing, sir? How are you doing?
Okay.
I'm okay.
Everything good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I must put my 2 pence here. I have to talk on the Venezuela and the American, and then I want to talk on Kate. I heard the man playing a tape of Kate Lewis saying what he want to do for the youths when she come in power. When she go come in power? 1, 2. When she was in power for the last 10 years, wasn't Indiana youth in Grenada? Kate Lewis come out and tell us. What have you done for the youth? Why you in government? Why your government was in power? Please come. No. I watching the peace with Venezuela and America and Grenada stuff. And I believe that America want to overthrow the government of Venezuela. And this radar system in Grenada, why is it? You see, I don't bite as well, so I will talk my how I like to talk. Why is it that the opposition in Grenada not saying nothing about the radar system which America has the government to put on the airport? One. Now, is it because they want regime change in Grenada too? So they're not saying anything. And if Deacon Mitchell said no, which we agree that we should say, really say no, that they want to cash in on that to win election coming up, we have to watch this hypocrite people on them. Why they are not saying anything, sir? Why are the opposition not saying anything for or against? Is it because they want to cash in on, like what happened in Trinidad with Kamala, when the guys refused America, Kamala said he accepted him, and then America said he had to win the election? Is that what's going to go on here, brothers and sisters? Oh, Mali, I Canadian. Yes, brother. Thank you very much for that this morning.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay,
Colin,
all right,
thank
okay.
you, thank you.
Telephone numbers again, 403-0101, 403-0101, 443-0101, and 458-1914, 458-1914. This caller made a couple of comments there quickly, and he mentioned that why the opposition has been so quiet.
Yeah.
What's your view on that?
Well, actually, I thought about it a couple of times, and I realized when I examined the government of Grenada, the government of Grenada is not only the National Democratic Congress.
Mm-hmm.
The government is made up of both the ruling party and the opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Official, because of course you could have a lot of opposition parties, but I'm saying the official, recognized in parliament by parliament and so forth. And so it has to be something that is addressed by both parties. I'm talking about the government.
The government, yeah.
The request was made to the government.
Right.
Yeah. So to ask the government to allow. And I find it strange that this part of the government
so quiet.
So quiet. I mean, I think they should be, you see, just as all the people are clamoring and making comments and so on and so forth, want to get to the bottom of this. I think the entire government should be also involved in that, which includes, as I said, the government includes the opposition. Yeah. So my take on that is something is wrong somewhere, because if they don't understand that they are part of the system here in Grenada, something wrong.
They're not concerned.
I mean, you're part of it. The government is not just one party. Of course, when NNP won all 15 seats, they were the government.
Right.
Yeah. Right. But when you have others involved in
that
is the government. And they have to work together for the interest.
But they're not saying anything.
Why?
But they don't have an opinion. What if they were in government, they wouldn't have a response. They cannot, get together, maybe make the voices be heard.
Yeah,
they're scared.
They want them.
They don't know what to do.
I'm hearing them saying, "All you do what all you want."
Hold on, Vibes FM caller, come in. Caller, go ahead. Yeah,
I like that part of the conversation. That's why I come back. The opposition, when they're going all about and run the mic, you know what is their trump card? There's a voice for the people. You remember that word?
Yeah.
There's a voice for the people who don't have a voice. There's a voice for the people. What I'm saying, with a voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With a voice, that is what they just preach. So let me hear the voice now. Say something on it.
The tongue.
And it doesn't always have to mean that when you speak and you share your voice that you will say things that everybody likes to know. It is what is in the best interest of the country at this time.
But I don't have any interest in the country at this time, in my view.
But
they're not saying anything.
I thought
you should. I mean, as an opposition, as part of the government, they should be coming out and saying something as well. But they're all quiet. What happened?
Well, I mean,
the tongue tie up. What?
Well, probably.
Or they don't know what to do, or they don't know how to speak, or they're scared that if they say this, it might backfire on them, or say that it might backfire on them, or whatever. They can't talk. Come on, I mean, they have mouths. Vibes FM. Let me take a caller. Vibes FM. Caller, you next. Come in. Caller, come in.
Yes, Mr. Mills, your indulgences?
Yes, go ahead, yes.
The latter part of the discussion, they exposes a couple of things. The comment related to the quote-unquote opposition, which is quite rightly said by Mr. Coy, is a part constitutionally established of the state of Grenada, because provisions are made for them within the parliament as elected members. But the system that we have practiced over the years is whoever wins the elections and has more seats within the government structure at the particular moment or tenure of any other, the others are left out. And that is established in this country. When there were 15 similarly, when there were 8-7 similarly, those who are in power take control. Now, I fully agree that someone within the quote-unquote opposition sector should at least give an opinion, albeit personal, on this. But they, as a party, collectively has to have all the information. I stress on that. All the information requested in the official diplomatic document from the United States. And I'm certain that they do not have it. So as a party responsible for a certain section or represented, should I say, a certain sector of the society, if without all the details, the facts, they as a body can choose not to say anything.
Caller, let me just hold on. Caller, let me ask you, just interject for just a minute there. You say you're certain that they don't have it. You say you're certain that they don't have it. But isn't it in the, do they have the privilege to request it?
Well, of course.
Well, if they don't have it, request it. Well, then request it.
We haven't been hearing that. Although I understand that very soon there will be a sitting of the parliament where I trust that this matter will be discussed, and otherwise it was supposed to be tomorrow.
Right.
Now I'm hearing that it's certain.
It might be Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
You see, until I agree, and I said, if any individual within the opposition party, which is the second principal party in the parliament, wish to make a statement, or any individual wishes to make a statement, he or she can.
Yes.
But
right.
they choose not to, because in effect, it seems that they wish to speak collectively. We blame them for not speaking collectively.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to wait until the facts are put out before us by the thus referred to Prime Minister and the leader of government business in the House of Representatives. And so we had to give them a chance on that. We cannot obligate them to make statements except personally, and they choose not to do it.
Well, okay, Colin.
I want to tease you on something before I go further. A little later I'll come back. Listen, do you people make and prepare with corn? I hear you talking about your corn fest in Caracou. There's a product made with fresh sweet corn, grated off the husk and so on, and blended nicely and so on to make a sort of, well, they call it pancake. Sweet corn pancake. And then you toast, you put it nicely, like how you make roti dough.
Yeah.
And so on. And then you fold it and fill it with cheese. You all prepare that in your
everything. Everything. All kinds.
Oh, you do?
Yes, all kinds. We have the one.
How do you call the product therefore that I just described there?
I'm not sure on the name of it because I eat quite a bit of it, but I know it is. There's one too that they grind the corn, mix it up. We call it pimi. You guys must call it conky or something. Conky.
Well, yeah, conky was a specialty in my days.
Well, I love it as well.
This is coming up to December. Conky and Hashem was the name of the game back then.
Yes,
in the cemetery playing as boys. Yeah.
But corn.
I just thought I'd throw that in there. Consider it.
All of it. Okay.
Green corn, all blended nicely and so on, and with a little additional thing, and egg to get it bloaty and so on. And then when you toast, you said you prepared.
You make me feel hungry. You're making me feel hungry.
And you fill that with cheese, Lord of mercy.
Yes. I
just thought that slipping that, but let's go back to the serious matters. We'll call in a little later.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, caller.
Let me take another call. Vibes FM caller. Next caller, you're on. Caller, come in. Caller, thank you for waiting. Hello. The caller has just muted the phone there. Please just take it off and get back to us. We had you on hold for a little while, and It's just maybe just on a break or something. Okay, but as this caller was just mentioned in the car, and he's saying, that maybe the opposition want to speak as one voice.
Well, they should.
Well, but that's it all the time.
Yes.
But at least somebody should be saying something, or maybe if they didn't get the
memo?
information, the information from make a request. It is in their interest as well, to do all these things. But if they're not doing it and they keep it quiet, then we are left to say anything. We can say anything now,
I don't think they're necessarily staying quiet, because they are commenting. I mean, it might not be a statement from them per se, but they're sharing their thoughts and ideas.
But they're doing it among themselves. But in the interest of the government, in the interest of the country, we should be hearing from them. Vibes FM, let's take a call.
Yes.
Caller, landline caller, come in.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning, yes.
Let me tell. Do you believe Kit Mitchell will say anything about that?
Well, I hope
I
so.
personally believe Kit Mitchell will never say nothing about that. The reason for that, Kit Mitchell is American, After within the revolution, where Kit Mitchell was, no, what Kit Mitchell have all the business in America, So do you expect Kit Mitchell to say anything now? And I'm betting you, if my government say no, Kit Mitchell go Europe. Kit Mitchell a nasty guy, Do not watch it very simple, Kit Mitchell tell all you feel that simple and not so simple. So don't watch this guy just so. What party guy playing the revolution? When Kit Mitchell come in this country, okay, America send him. What you want? Listen to this guy, Check out the hospital David and Chester Humphrey in Parliament. You have a guy want to be on GBN on morning time. I was asking the question if he was in Grenada for all the years Kit Mitchell was in government. Because I don't understand. The most corrupt government of passing Grenada is Kit Mitchell government. Is the see them now always just running on the present government. They come from NLP. And when they come to movement. They have a party they call it movement. And they right through on NBC on that program. So I don't understand. Like people, they feel like people know coming here, like people know ban. I don't understand these people. Kit Mitchell will never speak. And if the Prime Minister said no, you go hear Kit Mitchell after that. Kit Mitchell have all the business in America, Bertrand. Kit Mitchell have all the business in America. So watch Kit Mitchell.
Okay.
Watch Kit Mitchell.
Okay.
Love, have a nice day.
Take care.
Okay.
Next caller. Next caller. Thank you for waiting. Caller, come in. Caller, you next.
Hello?
Yes, yeah,
Hello?
yes. Go ahead. You next.
Come on.
Yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen, for having me on. But let me say this. I must give you all your flowers now. Mr. Coy, Mr. Kim, and Mr. Leo. I don't want to wait till you all die to give you all your flowers. You all are doing a marvelous job. And thank God for this program. We feel free to air our voice, say what we want within reason, and you are all giving us all the time to say. But let me say this. I want to be careful with what I say here because I don't want Kit Mitchell to take me to court. Not that I'm afraid going to court, but, it's a waste of time. It is rumored, it is alleged, it is on the ground that Kit Mitchell is a Republican. And I'm still on?
Yeah, you're on. Yes. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. And I understand, as I say, it is rumored, that Donald Trump gave him loaned him some money when he was getting his block of flats or apartment in Manhattan.
Caller,
Yes.
let me just say here that you're sharing information that do you know that is a fact, or we
No.
have to be
I've just
cautious.
said it is alleged.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
but okay, just one for our own sakes too, not
That's
only
right. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
yeah.
I don't want to get your program or your medium into trouble.
Yeah,
but
yes,
I must
yes.
say, it is rumored, it is alleged. Right?
Okay.
I think I'm in place to say that.
Yeah, yes. It's not facts.
Good.
It's not facts. Okay.
And that when Trump lent him the money, he's trying to avoid Trump. On the other hand, I think Trump said, again, it is alleged that he was being trained by the CIA at the time. So it stands to reason why Keith Mitchell is not saying anything at the moment concerning the situation with Grenada and America. Right? And to me, they don't even have the intelligence to make a decent comment on this situation. Trump is a criminal, in my view. Well, he has 34 convictions, and he doesn't care. He have a bunch of misfits in his government who supports him, whatever he do, because they want position, they want big name. People like Pam Bondi and J.D. Vance and the little Indian boy, Kash Patel, and many others. Exit, who his own mother says he shouldn't be in that position as head of the defense portfolio. So you see, there's a number of reasons why Trump is doing what he's doing. And I hope our Prime Minister make the right decision. Because you see, Trump wants to get hold of the oil in Venezuela. And he will go all out to do that because he's greedy. He could never have enough. You see now, he's trying to sue the Department of the DOG and want some 230 million from them. So this is the belly of the beast we're talking about. Trump is no good, and the sooner the people of America revolt against him, it will be better. Otherwise, he's going to plunge the whole world into chaos if we're not careful with this man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop there at the moment, and I'll probably come back later.
Thank you very much, Colin.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me remind our listeners 403-0101, 403-0101, 443-0101, and 458-1914, 458-1914. As you'd realize, Koi, that quite a number of people have different opinions about what's taking place, and you're hearing all this kind of different, reasons, what it could be, what it can be, and things like that, But if, in the case of the opposition, they were to come out and make a statement, we would not have anything much to say than repeat whatever they're saying. But they're not doing anything about it.
Yeah, well,
it makes me feel like maybe they're not concerned about what's taking place in Grenada. They don't care. If we wake up tomorrow morning and sun didn't shine, or it did shine, it wouldn't make a difference for them. And that is bad because they are supposed to be representing us in certain instances and seeking interests.
Not supposed to
Vibes FM.
They are part of this whole government.
Lanai, caller, come in. Caller, come in.
Hey, Kim.
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
I don't want to dominate your station this morning, but because there are about a lot of call I get a while ago. I heard a caller call a while ago. He make in spite of what, I don't always agree with this caller, but I want to make a correction with him based on information what now reached me, at least from 4 different people. That document with the request from the states, from the United States of America, whatever department, it was copied and sent to the opposition and sent to the government. It comes to the government and they send the request to the opposition. But they have a right, if they want, not to give their views on it until probably they hear what the government saying. But they have the copy of the information. Who made the request? What state made the request? What state? Whatever department.
Caller, you see, they have a right to.
Added to that too, Kim, right day off you and Mr. Call, do you tell me what is the 15th of next month, what day it falls? It is a Friday, a Thursday, what, the 15th?
I'll tell you. Let me just get it here.
You have it?
I'll get it. I'm getting it. 1 second.
You mean November, the 15th of November? It falls on a Saturday.
November 15th.
Saturday?
Saturday, yes.
Well, that means it's the 14th. Based on information I understand,
that very said week that the boxing match going to launch. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, caller.
I call it steel cage. Steel cage.
Huh?
Steel cage. Not steel cage, no.
Steel cage challenge?
Yes, that is when, you understand?
Yeah.
That they will give, they will announce themselves.
Okay.
You know, like when you have a boxing match, you just have a preview with the boxers or whatsoever before.
Right, yeah.
That is the date I now get also.
Okay.
So I think the caller might be making a constructive contribution, which I will give Jackie at sometimes, always. But to say that they didn't have the information, and Kim, this is 150 confidential person I get at.
Okay, all right.
And I know the person deliberately call me and tell me because they know I go throw it out.
Well, I on my own would want to believe that they have it, because I don't see why I don't see why the government would get.
But they are
the
just playing a game with
and they would send
because
it to
the
them.
person tell me would you have a right. That's their right. If they choose is not to say nothing and take it and play a game. Thank you.
Well, I believe a game has been played right now. Vibes FM, next caller. Caller, thank you for waiting. You know, you've been there for a while. Yes. Caller. Turn your radio down now. Caller, you next. This caller's been there for a while. Yeah, caller, you next.
Caller, thank you for waiting. You know, you've been there for a while. Caller. Turn your radio down now.
So the caller is not,
the caller
is not listening.
The caller, they're listening until the turn comes, you know.
Well, not.
But I think I have to take them off here. Okay, you can always call back, and we try to put you on as quick as possible. Okay. Yeah, but as this caller just mentioned there, they choose not to respond. Don't you have any interest in a country as an opposition?
But the interest they have,
they don't have
the interest they have is to see. Let me see what they will do now. That kind of approach, but the interest in protecting our sovereignty, the interest in protecting our own people, I don't see that they're showing that. It seems to me that they're waiting on something to happen. Let me see. Okay, they're playing big and bad and bold and brave. Let me see what they will do now. But this calls for a united response. This is Grenada. This is not a one-party state per se. This is Grenada that's controlled by a government, and all members of government should be taking interest in protecting ourselves and our security, because this thing has quite a lot of implications, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think I'm not getting the impression that they're taking this thing seriously.
They're not concerned.
Because if they do,
they're concerned.
Regardless of what, no, let me tell you, in wartime, you have to be able to take a stand on something. You can't say, well, I don't know. When I just use the expression in wartime.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But we need to come forward, band ourselves together, even if we have differences, and we'd always have. Come together and resist, build, defend this country. This, you know, but it doesn't seem as though that is in their DNA at this time.
They don't care. The bottom line is they just don't care. Vibes FM, let me take a call. Vibes FM, caller you on. Caller, come in.
Thank you very much. Pleasant good morning to one and all. Thank you very much. Pleasant good morning to one and all.
Yes, yeah.
It will not be long. I will try to be as short as possible, because I could realize even I myself is okay. I hate, if I say I hate, it may not sound good. I dislike the ways of some people. And I would much prefer, according to what I've learned from mighty creator, and I give him the thanks because 70 odd years in the field of security and my experiences are very great. Victimization is the word that I would use. And I would call upon everyone the world over. Well, it didn't happen really in today, because the Bible tells me there's 143,000 people that probably may be saved. But the truth is, don't like the idea when it seems to. You know, Mr. Rolo explained a while ago, and the opposition is silent. And I also agree with the opposition. Silence is a deadly weapon. Thank you all very much. Good day.
Okay. Yes.
The caller said silence is a deadly weapon.
Yes.
It is. But this is not a personal thing. This is not something that's personal. I know I'll stay silent and see. This is a national security matter. This is a case where the country, the state, was called upon to do certain things. And regardless of whether you're in government or you on the other side, or you are just an ordinary citizen, whoever, wherever, this is a concern for all of us. And so staying silent doesn't solve the problem.
We need no weapons. Vibes FM, caller come in. Caller? Landline caller come in.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, yes. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, calling for the program here.
Yes, go ahead, you're
Don't
on.
worry about this opposition. The silence and people, remember these people and them want power, not remember it's not about Grenada for them, and they only coming out of the mouth.
Yeah.
But it's power they want. Power. Anything necessary they will do for power. Just to get power. And a lot of people don't understand that. You understand? They're fooling people who cannot think for themselves. Once you could think for yourself and analyze things for yourself, you seen through these green people, you're seeing through them. You're seeing right through the brain. These people and them they're good at all. Who tell you if they don't even have links up there with them people and them to create all these problems? You never know.
Yeah.
It's a nasty set of people. And I don't say already, I'm making a court order for these green people not to come in front of me doing. I want a court order. Any other political party could come, not them.
Yeah.
It's nasty.
Okay, caller. But the caller is making a point there, and he's saying, power. And I want to believe that. I want to believe just power they want. They're not interested in developing the country. It's power. They just want to be in charge. The one with the say, with the final say, or anything like that. They have no other interests. And this is why maybe they're not saying anything, because their motive is just to sit back there, hoping for something bad happens, so they get in there, and so they could blah blah. Vibes FM, caller, Lana, caller, come in.
Yeah, hey, Kim.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, man, don't let Rolo tell you what to do, man. This is your show. Don't let him tell you what to do, all right?
Don't tell me what to do. Maybe it's calling and listening anyway. 443-0101, 443-0101, 403. Let me take another call there before I give more numbers out. Vibes FM, caller, you on? Caller, come in.
Morning.
Yes, good morning, yes.
Is the deep sympathy I extend to the family of the Blueberry Hill, Miss Sylvia Nayak, on the passing of Miss Sylvia Nayak. It's just as the moment it is to Carriacou, that's how Blueberry Hill is to Grenada. They have served us well for weddings, whatever occasions, meetings, they are always there. And we are eternally grateful to her for serving us. To the family, we say, be strong and God is good. And I say to us, the movement don't move one day yet, but the movement people calling NBC one top government. Have a nice day.
Okay,
Good morning, Miss Glenda.
Okay, thank you. It's amazing sometimes, some of the comments that you get, But anyway,
yeah, I mean, we have to accommodate them because the thoughts. I mean, when you hear comments, it causes you to think for your own self. I mean, So, the last caller said the movement can move any inch yet.
And they're talking one tongue.
About one tongue.
Vibes FM, next caller. Caller, come in.
Yes, my dear. Good morning. Calling from Grenada.
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning.
Yes, this is a very technical issue, a very technical topic. So we have to be very careful, listen to the callers, and everybody's listening. The whole world is watching. So let me just take it one step at a time, because everybody hyping, everybody.
Yeah.
So, lawyers listening too. So,
Yeah.
let me just keep it nice and let me know what we're saying, especially the callers. You have to be very careful. And whenever you see they're going off, you have to put them on the right track. Yeah?
Okay. Remind them. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me try to take another call there. Let me see where they are. There's so many of them. Next caller. What's up, caller? Come in. What's up, caller? Next. Hello, caller.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning. Do you know if Kit Mitchell government was in power still? That request came in 10th August, and by now he would have delivered his verdict without the public knowing anything about that. Now, so they install everything already and working.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay. Thank you.
That's possible.
But as this caller just said there, hold on. In that, I recall reading something that took place on the 10th of March 2003, 10th of April, I think 2003, where they got together. That time the NNP government was in power. They got together and they signed some treaty, San Jose, also Treaty of San Jose, sometime of nature, where they work together and install, if necessary, these radars around the Caribbean, to monitor drugs. We never heard of that until now, So as this caller just mentioned, that this could have happened without us even knowing, it's very possible. Vibes FM, caller, come in. Caller, next. Caller, you on.
And then again, Mr. K,
Yeah.
I believe that there is a need for us as parents to be observant, watch our children, and for the ministry to give us signs of symptoms of foot and mouth. There are a few schools that are affected and presently they are closed on Main Island. And if the children are home and they're infected and other parents do not know of these symptoms, they are likely to spread it in the communities. So I believe that there is a need. They probably did it already, but for the ministry to re-emphasize, the symptoms of foot and mouth, and for parents to be careful and to be observant. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, there. And I remind our listeners again, 403-0101, 403-0101, 443-0101, and 458-1914. Talking about talk about making decisions and not being too aggressive in making decisions and taking your time. Like we mentioned earlier on, the request was made back in August, right? And this Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, has decided, or they are taking the time in analyzing the requests, looking at the do's and the don'ts, and look at the advantages and disadvantages, or whatever the case might be, in making that decision. And the media only got to know about it just about maybe 2 weeks ago, thereabout. And they run with it, which is not a problem. But now everybody's speaking, and everybody has an opinion. All of a sudden, everybody have an opinion. But the NNP, the leaders, the opposition, they have no opinion. You ain't none. I ain't none. They went on platforms and their mouths are glued into talking all sort of nonsense except what is of national interest. And that is one of the things that I'm really looking at to see how good they are, or how valuable or how important they are. And maybe they realize that, as one caller said earlier on too, which is a fact, that the government, the party in government is the government, that really run things. But still, there is an opposition where people should be able to voice their views, yes. and they have a position to do that. And I want to believe that they were given a copy of this request.
Well, somebody called back and confirmed that they, along with the
information they got,
that they had information.
Yeah.
I
didn't say nothing. Vibes FM, caller, come in.
Yeah. Good morning again.
Yeah.
This ex-prime minister, this man thing that we like you eat children and like there's the house, like Grenada is the house, and we the children, so he could tell us go inside and sleep, lie down when he wants. Like he controlling us, like he have a chip, and he put it in our brain, and when he press to do that, we have to do that. That's how that's how they operating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, that's how they operating. Like he alone should rule it, and he should put somebody who he wants rule, and Grenada is he. So he say what he wants, he could do what he wants. Nobody else do. Grenada, we NDC people do have a voice in the country. Only NNP people should have a voice in Grenada. But tell them they say the damn lie about that.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, you see what has happened over the years too, with this 15 nil, that they have gotten 3 times, they feel like basically that Grenada belonged to them. So, They could basically do anything they want, and no problem. But things have changed. It just have changed, and now you have a situation now where they only have 4 seats in Parliament. Only 4.
They have it.
Well, so far, according to the records, they have 4, and the government, that's the party NDC has 10, and there seem to be one independent. I think it's independent, right?
Yeah.
He didn't join anybody as yet.
Yeah.
So that's it. So now the numbers have dwindled considerably, and maybe the 4 of them not strong enough to make noise.
I mean,
But
I don't think we should say that they're going to make noise, because this is a serious matter, and I think as a responsible group of people who claim that they have the interest of the country at heart, and they even went further recently. They're talking about rescuing Grenada. If we have this thing that we have to handle,
they have a voice.
Now it's time to rescue.
Vibes FM, caller, you next. Caller, come in.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Do you know the British Parliament operates the same way like the Grenada Parliament? All the rules are the same because they got the instructions from the British.
Yeah.
So what happens now? The opposition definitely has the information from the same time the government got it.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah, okay. I believe that. I want to believe that, yeah.
What we have here is the Westminster type system of government.
So they have it.
Yeah, and yeah. Caller, thank you.
Yeah. So if they have it, as we're claiming, why they're not using it? Why they're not saying something about it?
Somebody asked a question a while ago. If they were in office, if the opposition was at the helm of government, what would have done? Was it you who said that we would have just been hearing about it?
No, the caller mentioned that. They
okay,
said, listen,
yeah.
we'd have been just hearing about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe seeing it if we have eyes. And that's it. And nothing was going to be said, most likely, to anybody, whatever they do, whatever they want to do.
The issue about governance is a whole issue. And I think we here in Grenada would have lapsed in terms of governance due to the fact that the NNP had 15-0 3 times. So governance would be just what they say. Mm-hmm. This is what we say, mm-hmm. and this is what you have to do. So that experience or experiment then, the 15-0, really, it didn't just throw us back from a democratic standpoint, but it threw us back because we failed to accept and respect the voices and opinions of others because we think that we have everything under control. Everything belongs to us.
But that's the way it was. Under the system. So in other words, no, we didn't really have a choice but to just go along, and whatever they did was okay with them. Vibes FM caller, come in. Caller?
Yes.
Yes, caller. Yes, go ahead.
Do you remember how the oil talk came about from the NNP party?
Give us a refresher. Yeah, go ahead.
It came about because of election. That's how the public knew about it.
But it was in the making all the time.
Yes, it was in the making, but they never tell the public because still they wanted more votes.
Right.
They brought it out in the public, but they never give the public as what they had done and what the process was all about. They never.
Yeah.
So this situation is similar. They would have done the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because okay, caller. Now what the caller is saying there, makes a lot of sense, eh?
Yeah, well, because of the campaign for elections, why Keith Mitchell came out and say that they found oil and they won well and things like that.
Right,
and so on.
No other details were given.
Yeah, no.
And we never heard anything after that, whatever.
I mean, we weren't even aware of who the one who got the contract.
Well, yes.
We some names have been bantered around, yeah. But yeah.
But you never heard anything official from the government?
No.
No, except that they find all one well could do, and we imagine what the other wells could do if we explore them. Vibes FM caller, come in.
Yes, Mr. Mills?
Yes, go ahead, yeah.
I beg your indulgences. for the final location before I move to other latitudes, so to speak.
Okay.
You know, I'm sitting here and listening, and Mr. Coy, you made a very powerful statement a while ago related to when you have power, who should speak and who shouldn't speak. And you control things, those with the power control things. I'd like to make this observation. It's unfortunate, but that is what the system that we've been living under for more than 50 years, even after we became quote unquote so-called politically independent and sovereign nation state, a DQ state, a state built on deceit, hypocrisy, injustice, corruption, and untrustworthiness. All of them is the same, just to crown it. Pay attention to this. I enjoy myself listening to the conversations. People who call in on this matter related to the authority requested by the United States to establish the military assets in our country. And people agree at certain levels that they should allow it. Others say no. Debate on both sides. But I compared it, I juxtaposition it with the matter related to the hoax that was laid upon the people some weeks ago, 27 or sometime in late July, when we were told that it was correct to remove a schedule from a clause of the Constitution, a section of the Constitution, which of course, the evidence within section 39(1) of the Constitution proves false. The evidence within section 111, subsection 1, bullet point 8 proves false. And even in Schedule 1 and Schedule 3 itself, where it says, the Schedule 3 of this Constitution, and in bracket it says section 111. Yet the theory used by the Bright Boys forced Grenadians into believing that what they were doing was correct, which is in effect the hoax. But nobody wants to talk about it. Check it out. Can you blame the opposition for not wanting to talk about these matters today? No. That is the system. Deceit, hypocrisy. When you're in power, you say what you want, and people must believe you, and after that, the hell with it. No. This country must change. We want a new constitution in this country to guarantee that matters of national interest be discussed and that no monopoly be granted to certain people because of their social standing, their education, or their capacity, or their financial capacity, or otherwise. You understand what? It's unfolding before us. The deceit that this country has been built on. But anyway, I'll close up for today. You have a nice day because I must
before you go, hold on. I just want to ask a quick question. As you mentioned there, when the government has been formed, right? Definitely there would be an opposition and the ruling party, right? That forms the government in parliament. So when the opposition is in the minority, which of course it is, they still have to voice their opinions, but they seem to just want to keep quiet because the eyes have it. Isn't that so?
But this is how the system has been working for years.
Right.
But it shouldn't be. It should not be. This is the point I'm making, Mr. Mills. It should not be. Listen to this. The opposition is within the parliament of the country and within the Senate has been set up by the Constitution. It is provided for constitutionally. But the thing is, they don't have the full authority if the other party or parties through coalition, God forbid, has the majority. But they are part of the government structure. They are.
Right.
But the system may be said that you block them out completely. This is because the opposition has an equal voice within the parliament, therefore within the country too. But who listens to them? Who listens to them? If we in power, they boast when they're 15 nil and they're boasting and them kind of, even with 8 and 7, we're in power. We have the majority vote as it is right now. Look at that. And so it doesn't matter what the others say. So the others choose to keep quiet as affair. But should it be so? No, because remember, the elected people on the quote-unquote opposition side are elected by the people themselves to serve within an established component of the state, the parliament. So it has to be a shared thing. It is not why I say, but that we have changed it up and we have taken. we win, and so everything is over. No, it's disrespect for the people. That's why I'm clamoring for change. But we don't. That's a subject matter in itself, Mr. Mill. This parliamentary representative and thing is a hoax. We want a presidential republic in this country, where the president will head the executive and hire technocrats to run the state apparatus, with the condition that when they fail, we fire them through referendum.
Okay.
But that's a subject matter in itself. But the system has been developed this way. So until we change the constitution, that's how we're going to be. And they say,
Yeah.
Is like that, they say? Is that not so they say?
Yeah,
and is that?
And is that? Have a nice day, will you folks? Moving to other latitude.
And is that? Have a nice day.
Yes.
Well, you see the way the system's set up.
Yes.
That's why we're having all these kind of problems now, and this is why sometimes again, you find that the opposition, as he just claimed there, don't want to say nothing because it doesn't matter. But I still think that their opinions and their voices should be heard. Whatever, even though when the decision is taken, is not what they were suggesting, but at least they owe that to respond. Well, Vibes FM, hold on.
Yes.
Vibes FM, caller come in.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, hello, yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. You're breaking up a little bit here. Yeah, go ahead. Huh? We're not hearing any words so well. Is it possible you could maybe change your location so we could hear a little bit clearer? The voice has been muffled and it's like an echo as well too.
I see.
Yes. Hello? No. It got worse. Okay, caller could always call us back, but we're not hearing anything at all from you now. Okay, let's continue, Kai. 443-0101, 439-0101. Let's take another call there. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to just close that up there. Now, speaking about our Prime Minister and what he had to say, he was asked the question on DMs with PM.
Yes.
And he had a response. Let's see if we could put up his response.
We have another caller online. Caller, good evening. Welcome, and please be brief.
Hi, good night. My name is Anthea Simon, and I'm calling to ask the PM what is his response to the US. The man came and want to talk to the Commissioner of Police.
Okay, I'm going to interpret the question. I think she's asking what is my response to the fact that Admiral Holsley, who is the commander of the U.S. Southern Command, who met with the Commissioner of Police and the National Security Advisor. Well, I wasn't at the meeting, but based on the briefing that was held and the briefing given to me after the meeting, that meeting was a general conversation about security cooperation between the United States and Grenada. From a broader perspective, there are a number of areas that we cooperate in, particularly when it comes to narcotics, small arms trafficking, whether it's through the RSS, CARICOM Impacts, the GRCC. It is an ongoing arrangement where we speak to ensuring that we have maritime surveillance, interdiction of narcotics, intelligence sharing in relation to firearms trafficking, etc. But I suspect underlying the question is a question about the U.S. request for the radar at the Morris Bishop International Airport. I will provide an update to the public in Parliament on Friday when Parliament sits, so it'll be an opportunity to address the issue then so that the entire country have an opportunity to hear from me.
Good. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the program, and make your question as brief as possible.
Yeah. In fact,
good evening and good evening.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that listening to that Damon PM, that was the first response in that regard. But later, almost just as the program was about to end, Miss Neptune came back and asked the same question, and he gave a more detailed response. Yeah.
Okay, no, yeah, no, what you're saying there, I think I picked that up as well too.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that the response that he made then, you're saying that they're supposed to be meeting this coming Friday in Parliament, but there's going to, as far as we've been hearing, there's been a change.
Okay.
And Parliament sitting would not be Friday; it's going to be Tuesday of next week.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, and I think, of course, one would have expected that people would and callers would call and ask that question. You know, what is this situation? I've been hearing a lot of people, giving their own view, and the idea that we expect the Prime Minister to only say no. Most people speak, and they say, and they are opposed to the concept and the idea that American assets are going to be on our soil. Well, the same people who are asking those questions and advancing those kind of ideas, I wonder what is their position, yes or no? Because this is a national issue, a very, very important national issue. It can come from all sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will really like the kind of conversation that we are having, to be frank and open, and look at it not just as they would say, don't look at it cocky eye. See it clearly and understand the implications, and as a people, let's make let's make this decision to stand up for something. I also followed that there was a CARICOM meeting with all the leaders, and as such, I think also that this should have a not just a Grenadian thing,
a Caribbean thing.
A Caribbean thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we need to address this issue as a Caribbean people. Because at the end of the day, this is what it's going to be like. If if Maduro falls, it's a Caribbean thing. He's part of us. And I mean, I've been following as well the narrative which says that America wants regime change. Now, if that happens, what again? So we have to address this in a very serious, open-minded, frank way, so that we can solve the problem, not escalate it.
Well, you see, the entire Caribbean could be affected. Eh?
Well, they are affected.
Yeah, so there's no if about it. So, in other words, now, when you spoke about the meeting that they had, it's them coming together to make a decision that would be, in the benefit
of the region,
of the entire region.
Yeah,
it's not just one person Grenada put into a back spot or St. Vincent another spot or whatever. It's all of us, one Caribbean, and this is why I believe too that the Prime Minister has been taking his time in coming forward to the nation to see what's going to happen, because it's not a one-man thing; it's a Caribbean thing.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah. I think we need to, as adults, grow up and understand to discuss the tough things. Everything wouldn't come easily for us. We have to discuss the tough things. How are we going to? How are we going to address this situation? I mean, we just can't think about us now in 2025. This country is growing. This country is developing. What happened in 10 years' time? How would that affect? I mean, there are questions we need to ask ourselves and come to a richer place where we can say, listen, whatever has been done, be done in the best interest of this country. Some might like the answer. Some might, those who want yes, mightn't like those who say no.
Yep.
And those who say no might like those who say yes.
Yeah.
But we have to, as adults, senior people, reason I mean, not because no, because the request was made that we can discuss it, we can find some common ground and work together. Especially if we have the support of the opposition.
Yeah.
Together, bunks ideas and don't say, well, they want you to speak. No, you have a responsibility, each one of us, to speak.
Oh boy. Anyway, I think somebody just submitted the rest of the clip. Let me see if this pertains to what you were just talking about.
So small and it's a global village.
Yeah.
So I think the exciting challenge for us is how do we reposition our education system to create entrepreneurs, to create critical thinkers, to create scientists, to create people who love math, to create people who want to become persons who create technology rather than just consume technology. So I want someone who, when they look at Japanese anime, say to themselves, why can't I do that? And what do I need to be able to do that? And how can I create the Grenada version of anime or something like that, as opposed to just simply sitting and watching the TV and consuming it all the time with no curiosity as to how it's done. That means at a very early age, the education system has to expose our students to that kind of thinking, that type of cooperation, that type of learning. So if 20 years from now, I'm looking back, I want to be able to look back and see that Grenada has its own animation factories, its own multimedia outlets, its own creatives, its own technologists who are finding solutions to suit Grenada's challenges, right? You have persons who are prepared to take business risk, who don't just simply say, right, I'll put my money in the bank and hope the bank will.
Apparently this was cut before.
Yes.
So there's a little bit of a in front of it, but I think the final part of the what they just sent to me is coming up after this question.
Understand money, understand how to make money, understand how to create wealth, how to create intergenerational wealth, how to think about the next generation. And I mean, there are a lot of issues we need to address. So many of our people drink ourselves into oblivion. And then they don't even take care of the house they build so that they can't even pass it on to a child, so that the child starts at a better place than they started. So those are some of the things I think 20 years from now we have to think of. What keeps me up at night? A lot of things, I suppose, but I think for me, the key one would be to make sure that Grenada and Grenadians continue to espouse values that make us safe and make us live in peace. And I say that because, we've said within CARICOM that violence is a public health safety. And we don't say that lightly. Violence begets violence. Ignorance begets violence. Lack of education begets violence. Lack of opportunity begets violence. So the wrong values begets violence. So we have to make sure that we don't take the fact that we are relatively peaceful for granted. So you see, when I talk about things like we should have a zero tolerance to firearms, there are elements in the community and in society who will push back. There are elements who say, well, because of my job, I need a firearm or this or that. But what are the consequences of firearms? More firearms creates more firearms. People with firearms shoot each other. And we've seen that here. So we have to decide whether, because we are so into adopting other people's culture, where guns become prevalent, and it becomes normalized. Well, if that happens, I can tell you it will become a violent society. And I would say it in a much more different political context. We're in October. If there were no firearms around in 1983, it would have been very difficult to line up and execute the Prime Minister and his cabinet colleagues. Whatever violence you would have to fight with them. You might have to run and get a cutlass, a piece of wood, or whatever the case is. But the chances that they probably would have lived. So when you militarize a place, when you arm the citizens, I mean, the foreign minister told me, at 17 and 18, he could have taken apart a Kalashnikov and put it back together because they were part of what then was the militarization of the country, right? So it can happen in a political context or it can happen in a civilian context. So we have to make sure that we have the right values. We live in the underbelly of the United States where gun culture is endemic, it's systemic, it's almost a foundation of the society. What it leads to is violence. People get killed all the time, it's normalized. You hear on the television, 20 people were killed in a school, business as usual, people go on the next day. Right? We can't. Trinidad has 300 and something murders or something, 28 alone in October. One for each day of the month. It becomes normalized, people just go along. Right? We cannot afford, and it has nothing to do with size. Because there are much larger countries in the world but 28 people don't get killed in a month. Right? So we have to make sure that we teach the right values about tolerance, about peace, resolving our differences, making sure that we don't exclude our young men in particular from valuing their own lives and valuing the lives of their fellow comrades and so on. So I think that would be the part that keeps me up at night, and it's not something we can retreat from, and it's not something the government can solve. It is something that requires all of us in the country to be aware of and to want to make sure we work hand in hand to make sure that we don't get to that stage.
Oh, that was a mouthful, and definitely a wonderful way to end this week's program, because those were two really good questions. What keeps you up at night, and of course, technology, and that is definitely a very, very, very important topic. Well, folks, you did get your time and some. It is 7:14, so absolutely no complaints. Thank you so much.
All right, okay. I thought that they had that last section for us there, but apparently it's not. Wasn't available, but anyway, it's no problem. We continue.
Yeah, so he said that of course he'll give a response to that in Parliament, and I guess that's where the business of the country takes place, in Parliament, and probably the opposition might speak there too, because this is an opportunity to speak, because they are going to be trying to solve the problem. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how this turns out. Parliament, as you have noted, I knew that it was supposed to be on Friday. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
But did you say it was postponed?
Tuesday.
Okay, right.
Tuesday. Yes.
So that is a time when we could listen, and if we want to influence what happens in Parliament, call your representative and say, "Listen, this is my view, and this is the view," because the representative then go in there and say what he or she feels. He's going to represent the people. And there's a saying, the people's voices must be heard. So if you want to influence the outcome of what happened in Parliament, call your parliamentary and say, "Listen, this is my view and this is how I feel. Although you're the one who go in there and speak. And I want you to speak on my behalf. And this is my view, or our views." Yeah. So yeah, that's the process that exists, that where we can influence outcomes of what's happening. Just to take in, you remember a few weeks or a few months ago, I think it was, there was this debate about something to do with children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the opposition did speak out. They had meetings on that.
But how come they're speaking now?
Well, again, we have to find out.
Well, I believe Tuesday might bring some voices out, but I still doubt.
Well, I mean,
I still doubt it, because of the fact that you should be speaking before you go into Parliament, because the voices of the people, you're representing them. So
you have to engage them, so I know what they're thinking and how they're thinking.
Somebody messaged me just a while ago and said, "Kim, you notice, some of the people who've been spearheading and speaking about it, getting opinions, are people or maybe outcasts of the NDC, some of them." And I just think back to a couple of names, that I knew that were in the NDC organization, and that could be so. It could be so. It could be a couple of them. Let me take a call before we continue. 5FM caller coming. Caller.
Hey, morning.
Hello, yes.
I heard a comment that Milton making a while ago that we should call our representative and hear our views.
Yeah.
But you have to make your vote. Who have the intelligence? Do we have the intelligence of why we want to put the radar system into grader? We don't have that kind of information. So how we could be making a educated decision when you don't have the information?
Right.
So, caller, let me just come in here and say that that could generate and spark a conversation. And so by you sharing your own understanding and personal view, that could...
With a representative?
Yes, generate a conversation. And you could be advised, the representative might say, "Listen, you want to wear this is so and this is so." But the point is, we have to take action. We have to not just give up and say that
no. Right? What I'm getting from you, we should say yes or we should say no without the intel, without no intel. Okay. What are we going to say yes or no if we don't have the intel?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
government is the one to make that final decision. Them have the all the intel. So I think we're wasting time with this thing. We have to wait and hear what the government has to say, rather than saying yes or no. We don't know, so let us wait and be civil and wait. Let me have a little bit of patience and wait. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, caller. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think, yeah, the caller is saying something there that we should wait and because we don't know. Again, when people are asking me, what's my view, and I said to them, I'm not really in a position to really give an opinion because I don't know enough about what was requested. Because what I'm hearing hearsays from people suggesting that took place. So this is one of the reasons why I'm kind of hesitant in really saying anything else. Bible FM caller come in. Caller.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. You're on. Caller, go ahead. Hello. You there? Okay, the call drop. Okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying, Kai. That's one of the reasons why I kind of hesitate because I don't know much. Vibes FM. Let me try to call again. Vibes FM caller. Hello. I'm seeing the caller still active, but hello, caller. Caller. No. Something is wrong with the sound coming through there. Caller, if you're having a problem, try calling us. If you are hearing us, call us on the next line, 403-0101. 403-0101. Try that line. Maybe you might be a little bit more successful in trying to get your opinions across to us. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Kai. So in other words, now, like we're not privileged enough.
So then you're saying we should be we should be speaking about it?
We could speak, yes.
And say what?
And saying, well, if that's the situation,
well,
that people that they're suggesting suggestions.
I mean, all I'm calling for is for us to engage the person who represents us. Engage them. We that's a part of our culture, We stay aside and throw stones. Yeah, but if we engage and put them in a spot to speak with the constituents.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, that's the process of our democracy.
Let me try another call. Vibes FM caller. Caller, come in. Hello. Yeah, I'm hearing you. Hello. Caller, are you there? We're hearing them. We're hearing the in the background there, but they're not responding. The voice. Okay. All right. I'll try the next line. Maybe I don't know what's going on with this other phone there. But the telephone number is again 403-0101, 403-0101, and 443-0101, 443-0101, and you can also call 458-1914, 458-194. Next caller, come in. Hello. Okay, let me go to the line and take another call. Vibes FM, caller next.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes, go ahead. Listen to me on the phone. Don't listen to your radio.
I tend to support Kai, What happened? Even the Prime Minister speaking the other day, and he said that the more, the Prime Minister was speaking and he was saying that it's good to have dialogue. So from themselves could learn and see how the people thinking. So I support Kai with that. And I would say yes and no, but give reason. And if we
yeah, caller.
Site, so you could be in a better position, to give up about the reason. So I see nothing wrong with what Kai saying there. Yeah, I support Kai 100%. And also the Prime Minister support him too. Because you saying people must talk about it so they can get a better opinion of the people.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Next caller, next WhatsApp caller, come in. Caller, you next. Caller? Caller, please turn your radio down. You next. Hello.
The caller is listening.
Yes, you're on. Yes. Listen to me on the phone, please.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, turn your radio down. Turn your device down.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah?
You next.
Yeah, sorry, I have to call back. But the revolution had a saying. The statement was, if you know, teach. If you do not know, learn. I said that to say too many of us runs our mouth in ignorance, especially where the NNP is concerned. And that is why I said before, I am saying it again. The NDC must reintroduce the CPE program, Center for Popular Education. And I remember a lot of people say they learned to read and write because of the CPE. Going back to the situation with America and Grenada, I don't think the Prime Minister has a very difficult decision to make here, because I think that it could be corrected that the CARICOM heads of government or the Caribbean government have already stated that they want the Caribbean to be a zone of peace. And once you agree with your colleagues, that's fine. Let Grenada be included in the other islands as a zone of peace, and to say no to Donald Trump. Because you remember during the invasion of Grenada, where Eugenia Charles sided with the Reagan government and many others. And that is why I think the Prime Minister of Trinidad made an out by agreeing with Donald Trump without consulting, or maybe she did, I don't know, consult her neighbors. So we have to be very careful here, because what America wants to do is to pick us out one by one and to divide us. The colonialist, the imperialist idea is to divide and rule. So that's why we have to be careful and not get sucked into the nasty ideology about divide and rule. Right? I also want to say to the government that I'm hearing that if an election is called tomorrow, they will lose about 4 seats. Right? And maybe we have a good idea the 4 seats, who the 4 seats going to be. I want to say to the government, please start getting your act together. Otherwise, we're going to be left wanting, because we cannot allow the NNP to come back in government to rule us. Okay? So we have to be careful. And I'm appealing to people like David Andrew and, others to start getting on the ground and to mobilize. And we have to support them to the hill, because we cannot take a backward step in going back to the years, 23 years and a half. So we have to be careful here. And I hope they're listening and to make the right decision. Also, the Prime Minister must get down to base. Some people think he's traveling too much. Maybe he should start doing a lot more work in his constituency, because we cannot trust the NNP. The NNP, they don't change. No matter what happens, they don't change. Okay, let me make that comment for the time being and get other people to share their views. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. 403-0101. Again, 403-0101. Next caller. Caller, you've been waiting. Caller, you are next. Come on. Caller? Yes. Hello. Okay. All right. We got to take that call off. Okay. Yeah, Koi. This caller is speaking, and there's a lot of rhetoric in the air right now, and it's obvious coming from the opposition saying, that they could form the next government. You never say you're going to lose, You can't tell your soldiers, that they're losing the war. Otherwise than that, they pack up their arms and just walk away.
They might be there in the
They
first
might,
place.
because that is normal for people of the nature to be saying, we're winning. Vibes FM caller next. Caller? Hello? Oh, what's happening with this?
Why is not?
I don't really get. Let me try one more time. Caller? Hello? Oh, something wrong there. We just say anything. But as a general, could you tell the soldiers, that you're losing the war?
No.
You can't.
Well, I mean, that is reason for court martial.
Well, I'm just saying. So
you're telling the soldiers that.
So now they NNP spreading all these rumors and saying that they're winning the election.
Yeah,
and
well,
doing this and that, whatever. That's
part,
normal.
Yeah, it's part of the political game.
Yes.
Yeah, you will not go. You will want to be optimistic as much as possible. You go and tell your constituents, boy, this thing and making sense. I out here.
Yeah, they will listen to you, and that's just so normal for that to be taking place. Vibes FM, next caller, come in. Caller?
Tim.
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
You spoke to somebody earlier on, and the person did not switch off the phone. That's why you're hearing that same person every time.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'll check it. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, Corey, getting back to what we're saying there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't spread these rumors to make people feel that they are
no, but you see,
losing.
Kim, this is a game. I'm tired of people refer to this thing as a game. And you have to be optimistic. People are inspired and motivated and pushed by when you give them hope. Not saying well things bad and I think we all should go back home and sit down because it makes sense. No. You have to motivate, you have to inspire.
Yeah. Vibes FM caller, next caller. Come in. Caller?
Hello?
Yes, hello, Jan.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah. You see, some of us NDC supporters, we are too weak and we like to listen too much of rumors. But, saying but poll and poll. People who making this poll is according to Kim, it's some poll they're making, but they will lose Sourcey, they will lose Telvin. I find we NDC supporters can probably stop listening stupidness and try to listen positive things. And stop listening this negative thing and then coming over the air and talking like that. That is a no-no. And the next thing I want to say, these people and them that coming out and say them is coalition and this and whatnot. No. They're coming out as this thing with America and whatnot. That's how the Prime Minister said. Since in August, that was requested. Right. Nobody didn't know. He could have said yes, he could have said no, he could have whatnot, he could have do what he wants. That's how the next one used to do. Because when Kamahan Park, he sold Kamahan Park to the man who bought Rivera because he said they were too small. Nobody didn't know. But then when they get to know, the coalition never come and stand up and say, no, you can't do that. This was a gift to Grenada. Nobody didn't talk. When he used to do all his stupidness, and never a coalition come up and talk and say, oh, they're demonstrating. But just wait and see what the Prime Minister is going to do. You're going too fast. They're going and demonstrate. They're going and want to put signature and all these sorts of things. Leave the Prime Minister. He's going to Cabinet Friday. Let's see what he's going to do. And if what we see do is not right, then we, the people, could take it on to the street or something. But no, since before, all such a leftists, we mashed down the NDC in the early days. They were raising their ugly heads now. These are the people who are coming out and talk and raising their ugly heads. All who don't like the government. This is what they don't like Grenada. All what they want is power. They want this other government come back for they could be in power and they could rule. This is what if Grenadians really look and see who coming out and talk. It's all who mash up the first NDC with Uncle Teely.
Yep.
Them who mash it up. It's them who raising the ugly heads now and coming and say all kind of stupidness. But march and coalition and this wait for the government. Wait, why the opposition can't come and say, remember, the opposition people elect them. They elect them is to talk for them. So why they ain't coming out and talk and say anything? Because they're playing smart. They're sending these foot soldiers in front to do the dirty work. You know, and they're staying behind. They could go on platform, Miss Louise Wallen, but when they come in power, all what she come and say there in she meeting, why there was ever 23 years? Why they didn't make the young youth? Why didn't make the young people as how she said what they go do? What she didn't do it? Now they see NDC is raising up the young people, putting them in the spotlight, making them something. Now she come about when they get in power, they go do this and they go do that. What the NDC is doing? What happened to these people? They think Grenadians, you have Grenadians with stupid, not all. Not all. We see in between them and we read in between the lines. So tell them we'll and come again. But let's wait and see. Let's wait. And we NDC supporters, come on. Be vigilant and stand up with your party. Stand up with your leader. Stand up with your representative. Y'all like to condemn too much. Y'all giving the enemies the weapon. Come on, what happened to us? Come on, I thought better some of your people when I hear some of you talking. I just get real mad. This is not the way. This is for we to stand up with the party. And with Prime Minister. Thank you, Mr. Kimau. Have a bless.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. 443-0101, 439-0101. Next caller, you're on. Now, the caller made a statement there and saying, wait for the Prime Minister to make a decision. I believe, that he's going to make, with his colleagues and whoever, advisors that he has around him, would make the decision in the interest of Grenada.
Well,
weigh all the pros and cons and all the things like that and decide exactly what to do. Some people just spitting off things just coming from the mouth just like that without any substance.
Yeah, some people speak with ulterior motive.
Yeah.
Not everybody that speak for you is interested in your well-being. In fact, even though they can say something be it good or bad about you, and that can cause you to be in problems, they'll say it thinking that they're speaking in your favor, but their intention is to say it so that you can get in problems.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have to be careful. We have to be careful here. Yeah, I mean,
wait. And so far, our Prime Minister has been making all decisions. I won't say 100% proper.
Well, I mean, he's human. I mean, we can't write. We can't have in our head that he's above and he can make mistakes. I mean, we have to face our own selves and try and stop trying to stay on the side and throw stones. Yeah. That's what it is about. Togetherness. Yeah. Unity. Yes, we will have differences, and we expect to have differences, but we also expect to have the kind of understanding to reason together. Come, let's reason together. It doesn't mean come and accept everything I say, or you must accept everything I say. Reasoning, the reason process is what we want to get into now. Reason together, and at the end of it, okay, I understand, and move on. But we seem to always want, in fact, I talk about that parang season coming, we like to be.
Well, a lot of parang are already in the air. Yeah, but I would just want to check something. I've been hearing some little talk around Karaku, or not around Karaku, but people have been telling me, and Cox is claiming, which I expect him to say that anyway, but he stop the nonsense, that he winning the next seat in Karaku.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, yeah, but no, it's not only Cox saying that. Cox saying there's the other one with the Karaku connection. Start saying when I become the Prime Minister of this country, with 2 or 3 persons as candidates. So what you do? Tell the person stop.
Yeah, but let me tell you.
I mean, so
no.
so
But when I
these things are wrong.
When I heard that, I just said Cox, making some noise, and believe me, I said a lie he's telling. In every instance, believe I analyze everything he says. I go back to fact check and do everything like that, and I know exactly he's just telling one set of lies. But we come out to say winning. Look, he was in Grenada, in the south. He was winning the south, He get the biggest cut skin he ever get, and he whip him back.
You say you say he was winning? Did you just say that?
He said he was winning.
Oh, no,
he said, he said, yeah.
I thought something went wrong.
No. I was here. Yeah. And he say winning.
Yes. Okay.
Winning, no problem at all. South is his and whatever, blah, 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 whatever. And things like that. Look at the cut skin he get in Grenada. And he had to run back in Carriacou. Now, this time in Carriacou, he going to get, the worst cut skin you could get is in your hometown, in your village.
What Daddy Blaze say again?
Yeah. Really? I mean, you should just pack it up and just go about the business and stop this nonsense, really. No, every time I listen to some of the nonsense he talking, the cocks talking, really, he ain't making sense. Yeah. He ain't making sense. Honest, shut up. Oh, God, my good partner, shut up.
I mean, nobody would fault anybody for wanting to win a seat. I mean, nobody can fault you for that.
You can't beat Tevin.
But, I mean, the reality is what it is.
No way, no how.
Well,
honestly,
that makes him have to work 10 times harder.
He could walk as much as he want to walk. He could walk here, spread rumors, do all. I listened to him talking the other day, and saying, but there's some person who got some help, from the government, some materials and all kind of thing like that, right? And the mistake that person made is that she indicated to people that she was still supporting the NNP, and then what do you think happened? They send back. Let me see. They send back a truck
and take it
and take the materials.
Was that for real?
That's never happened. That's never.
No, but I mean, the government, the administration gives you something in this critical time. They don't even have enough to give everybody, but they give. You got. And you're going to run and brag, and they will come back and take it from you?
Yeah, that's what they say. Listen, I think I find it, yeah.
One of the things...
Lie, big lie. You sit down right there and lying.
That is a characteristic of this government, is poor management.
Okay.
Poor management. I mean, if I start to give you the stories...
Yeah, you always give the story. And listen,
rebuilding Carriacou.
And he can never call name.
What are you calling him?
I'm telling you.
Sit down home and make up a story.
So much pilfering, so much mismanagement, so much wastage.
Wastage.
It's a whole slew. And you know what is most disappointing? Is when the leaders say that they didn't find anything wrong. They didn't find no mismanagement. That is worrying. When every single person know what is going on, it is clear, it is evident, and no one is held accountable. But yet, they talk about transparency and accountability.
Wow.
And speaking about transparency and accountability, let me tell you something. This past administration, NNP, when it comes to transparency,
transparency. I know.
Never, ever did. We were never able to know what is even happening in government, and you just see things happen here or there, whatever, and no explanations given. Even when they attacked Diablo about the briefcase and everything like that, and money, whatever, when he get vexed, he started saying, "My damn money, I should take more," or something to that effect. There's no transparency in the NNP. Let me see if I find Cox again to know until he's talking there.
We have to guard against. We have to speak up against this, because the young lady, the single mother in Carriacou, who lost her house in Beryl, and was given an opportunity to receive a new home. She did one thing wrong.
To receive a new home. Listen at home, but listen to material. So
she said to some friends, well, who she believed was friends, that the Union National Party is the party that she intends to support, and that's her party. You know what happened? A truck came, take up all the materials, and they say NNP will finish your house for you. Yes, we will finish that.
Yeah,
but wait. I mean, if you're not sure about that, I mean, you will make that statement? Because if a truck goes and reclaim the material, people will see it. You ain't going at night when people can see you.
Lie.
So where that evidence again?
Lying.
I mean, taking up materials from a house or from a building, wherever, people will see you. So how could he, if he knows that is not true, in all good consciousness, say that? Why?
No, the whole thing about it is that he just can't help it now. You know, after you lie for a while, you start believing what the lie you say is true, and you keep on lying, and you don't realize you're lying because you're so used to it. That's what's going on.
I would want to engage Senator Cox and ask him to give me some evidence.
Don't have no evidence.
Well, okay.
They never could call no name, and you hear this and hear that. I could sit down and make up any kind of story too, without any calling any names or nothing of the nature. That's how.
No, but that's a low. You know, you're saying that the administration, the government here, the leadership in Carriacou here, gave someone assistance, and just because she said, you know,
she goes to support LNP.
LNP is a party. Well, okay. Okay, you know, you support what you want to support. That's the freedom that we have.
Vibes FM, all right.
Come on, man.
Vibes FM, caller, come in.
Hey, Kim.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Well, the whole Carriacou know that is a lie. The whole world know that is a lie because this is an age of technology.
Yes.
That would have light up social media.
Long time. They would have showed the truck. They would have showed the truck packing the materials
and the driver,
the number plate of the truck, where the location. Even the person, if they didn't want to go on a thing, they would get a shot of them too and put it on social media. Lie.
You make it a good people shape, man.
Yeah, like we have technology.
We don't mean that kind of lies.
No, man. No, you make no sense. I mean, really.
I'm feeling bad.
You feel No. You reach to a point now where you just can't help it. And that ain't making no sense. Just lying. And lying and say he winning too, you know. But that part there, I could understand him saying win because if he tell the supporters that he losing, that is it. He ain't go get no support. So you can't tell them you're losing. You have to tell them winning. You know,
so you have to lie and say winning.
Yeah. I could understand that part. Lying and say you winning.
So but
that's don't lie on material. That's a good lie. Vibes FM, caller you on.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Mills.
Yeah, go ahead, yes.
And the team, how is everybody?
We are right,
man. Okay.
Okay, thank God.
Afternoon.
Thank you for taking my call. Now, I want to ask 3 questions, and I would like to get an answer, please. If you have a home with 5 children in it, and every day you go down the road, what you do see down the road, you come home and you tell the children what you do see. What did you the children go do? Not going about saying what you say?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
What you
This
say?
is Mr. Cox. Secondly, when you look at it, according to what the Prime Minister says, and it openly, quite in Africa, he says so, right? He wants a country of peace, right? He said so quite in Africa before we even open him out in Grenada, he says so, right? And then them coming out now and say they're going to have a protest. Is this right? The idea is the man already said so. It's a zone of peace he wants. He don't want a war, right? So the people who go about making them kind of allegation, they must understand and listen. They don't listen to the news. If you go back and follow the news, listen to the news. Listen to something. 500 years now, the Anglican move away from the Catholic, and today they go back. The king go back and the Pope to go and pray for him, for them to join together again. Now then they're going to join together. So this is what they're trying to do us again, sabotage us and then to go back and then to see more trouble than we see already. Mr. Mills, I sit down and think it over, please, and pray. Lord, we pray for the country. Lord, we pray for Grenada to have peace. Lord, we pray for unity. Lord, we pray for a good communication. And I'm begging all you, please, to pray for this nation. Thank you. Have a nice day. And tell Miss Glenn hello for me.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Talking about Miss Glenda, I hope that
she's doing fine. Yeah.
She's doing fine.
Last time I spoke, yeah.
And not only that, whenever I think about Miss Brenda, I think about Mr. Marshall. Them one-man meant expressions.
Yeah, that really went a long way.
Yeah.
But getting back on Cox.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. He should just pack it up, in my view. Pack it up and forget it. And every time he comes out there and start lying, he getting more and more people against him.
Yeah.
People getting, annoyed, when statements like that have been made. Carriacou has not done better under the we have not gotten anything under NNP. No, I want to just exaggerate a little bit now. No, because what this government has done for Carriacou, and you know what something, Beryl pushed us back a lot, because we were on the getting ready to go on the expressway. We were just, getting ready to go on the expressway when Beryl came, and we had to go back to building all over again. And we have made so much strides in the last year and couple months. People come to Carriacou and they look at Carriacou and they say, wait, why are you guys doing so well? Look at this, look at that. Everything is coming back to normalcy. And still, people like Cox trying to deny. You hear now? You talk about the last time you spoke about all this debris in the Dover Plainfield. Dover Plainfield never been better. Look at Dover Plainfield now. And they're in progress right now of doing a plan together to get another school built, but state of the art. That was, we ain't going to build for today now, We're building for the future. And when that model is complete and the school is complete in the next couple of years, you're going to see it's going to be like a model for us to look at. And this is what's taking place in Carriacou. Everything is moving nicely. Wherever you look at, even look, night landing coming just now, Night landing on Lauriston Airport. Over the years, we've been speaking about night landing, and even that before the 7-seater was running under the NNP government for the longest while. It was this NDC government that introduced the 19-seater to make more people be able to come into Carriacou. You know that?
Yeah.
Not too long after it took office, that came in.
I remember.
And then we had the problem again, I say, devastation with Beryl, and it pushed us back. Now the airport is coming back up to normal, and we're going to have night landing soon. And when we do that, then we're going to rename the airport, give the airport the due where it belongs.
The H.A.
Blaze Airport. That's what we need in Carriacou, and we know that too. They went and they make up some kind of you saw the stone walk thing they put on the ground there, Lauriston Airport. When you're going on the airport,
when you're going towards
They're just about to turn into their parking lot here.
Okay.
And they have the sign Lauriston Airport that's stone there. That bulldozer just standing by.
Well, you can't blame them too, because our airport was called not Lauriston, what do you call it down that side again? Point Salines International Airport. Yeah. So no matter what the name is, it could change. Right now, it is Maurice Bishop International Airport.
Right.
Yeah. So they could do what they want. Of course. Well,
and who did the MBA? I mean, not the MBA, but Point Salines. It was under the NNP, right?
Yeah. Point Salines was under NNP.
NDC come and say no.
And in the time that NDC had there, because NDC is having just some brief time to govern. And that brief time that they had there, they were able to rename the airport. I mean, of course, there were a lot of backlash here, there, and everywhere. But right now, we aren't even thinking about Point Salines anymore. In our heads right now, every time we talk about the airport, MBIE. But at one time, when we were changing it, all kind of confusion. Yeah, about who's supposed to know first and who didn't say it, and I tell you, parang time this year, we like TB.
And let me remind our listeners: 443-0101, 443-0101, 403-0101, and 458-1914. Now, speaking about night landing, and I had did a little investigation trying to find out, before the end of the year, the night landing, because most of the things have been installed already, you know that. And before the end of the year, we should have that those lights on the airport there, and you'll be able to traverse from Grenada in the night time when you come from the US, UK, after 6 and things like that, you could be able to get home in the same day. Let me take a call. Vibes FM, caller, come in. Caller?
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
All right, okay.
Good night.
Mills, how are you?
Okay, not bad at all. And you?
Excellent. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome, yes.
No, for the folks who are not conscious, that I had the privilege as a missionary to visit West and East Africa 47 times since 1987 until 2016. And because of the pandemic, I'm not able to travel presently. I'm thankful to God that our Prime Minister were able to go into Ghana, one of the countries that I love, as I love the Southern Grenadines. But something I want you to take note of, and this was shared with me on my visit to Kenya in 2009. A young man said to me that there was a lion and 2 cows. Thank God Uncle Leo is not there today, it's you and Milton. So I'm going to use 2 of you as the cows. And what your friends did, they went to the lion and said, Milton doesn't like me and Kim doesn't like me. So what I did, I come and spoke in both of your ears separately. And I sent one of you in Mongrel and one of you in Kindis. And what happened? The lion came and he ate the one in Mongrel and ate the one in Kindis. I hope there is a lesson. Let us separate church and state. But I'm thankful to God for a voice. I'm thankful to God for you both and for the contribution you make as we listen to you from the diaspora. God bless you. Upgrade the program. I'm in school.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So when you call the name, you say present. Okay.
Present.
Yeah, no, but that is what's been going on. Anyway, let me try to take another call quickly before we continue. Let me see. Hold on. All right, I have to get back to that. Something seemed to be wrong here. Okay, right. But he just mentioned about the reception in Ghana. Did you take a look at what transpired there with our Prime Minister? You see the way they give him love. You see the way he was recognized. You see how proud they are of our Prime Minister.
They are proud of one of their own,
Yes.
son of the soil.
Yes,
he is one of their own.
And representing us. I mean, I tell you, every time I look at the video, I look at what transpired there. I mean, landing in a special aircraft and getting salutes and stuff like that. You gotta feel good for Grenada. Vibes FM, caller, come in. Caller?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Regarding Mr. Cox, I think there is an old saying that tell people or put on the lies, and you might as well pick up teeth. And I think that's what Mr. Cox deserves to do.
Well, not in Carriacou. That's not going to take place in Carriacou. Forget it. And the thing about it too, let me tell you something. Diablo and realize that's the end of him yet, when it comes to politics and winning elections stuff and getting back in government. He didn't realize that yet, And whoever is following him, right, going down the same path, because NNP ain't going back in government again. That's the end of them. This NDC government is there until the Honorable Dick and Mitchell decide to, step aside. And maybe when he step aside, he go make a handover anyway. There will be no if about it. Because the improvements and the things that are happening in the country, Grenada has never ever seen that yet. With everybody getting some assistance, building themselves in whatever possible way they can, whatever their interests are, they're getting the assistance. You crazy? And Cox would say winning Carriacou. That's the biggest lie. Biggest one.
He winning Carriacou.
Winning Carriacou.
And Petit Martinique too.
And Petit Martinique. You're joking. The thing about it, like we say, they can't say they're losing because they wouldn't get support.
Yeah.
But
so
to be telling them kind of lies and making up them kind of stories.
So in truth, Kim, you think if you're in that position, you go wrong on platforms telling everybody that you don't stand a chance?
No. What I would be doing is that I'll be telling people what I intend to do.
Again?
Yeah, if I get there, this is what I intend to do. But the problem is that the intent to do is happening now. It is happening now. I listened to a clip, with Kate Lewis there, and she was saying when they get in government, what they're going to do, do for the youths and what they're going to do here and do there, whatever. And she failed to realize that what she's talking about is what is taking place now and more.
So couldn't somebody tell her that while she saying it? So when they have their meetings and so on, they only talk and people don't engage.
Well, no, you see what happens with the NNP supporters too. You could tell them anything, when Diablo was going to faint or he collapsed, whatever, they were clapping, You realize that? Yeah. They don't pay attention. And if one person say yeah, I remember one time there was a meeting last election. I think it was in La Sagesse. And Shotman, I think it was a guy, the DJ on board, on the stage there, trying to rev up the crowd and everything like that. Oh. And one of the statements I think he made, I think he said, we're giving them, he said, we're giving them 15 seats again. That he was referring to the NDC.
NDC.
Yes, and he was winning. And they say, yeah. Just imagine that anything when one says something, and the same thing that happens to that they encounter this all the time. Yeah, whatever. They don't listen.
But I think generally crowds. I mean, I'm not saying that's in specific to NNP, but generally speaking, the speaker would say certain things that might not be positive, and they will still clap and they will still say yeah.
Well, because they're supporting. That's it. That's what it is, They're not listening. You see, in order to be knowledgeable, you have to listen to what's going on. I don't just clap just like that. I would listen to what has been said, and then I would respond. But they don't know anything like that. Anything they say is that. And this is one of the things that's been going on for the longest while. And there is, like in the case with Cox now, where he telling us little lies, those NNP supporters believe in it, You know that? Mm-hmm. They believe in it, and not even that. In small Carriacou, we can't even call a name. Well, we can't identify nothing.
No, but somebody. If it's not somebody else that, somebody say, why here?
Well, but that's what's been going on for the longest while too. You never seen, and if you remember one time, you don't see nothing being done in Carriacou. You kind of forget that kind of talk now.
Who says so?
Well, I didn't hear him say, I ain't seen nothing in a while. But
you already sowed a seed, You already sowed a seed, and haven't you been hearing in recent times that people saying that nothing happened in Carriacou? How you think that seed grow? Mm-hmm. Because it was planted. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know that he's saying now he is the best choice for Carriacou.
Yes.
Let me see. Somebody just said this for me. Hold on. Let me see.
Pay attention to this issue. But what is most disappointing?
The player.
That the representative for Carriacou and Petit Matlick, to this day, I have not seen him utter a single word publicly, either reaching out to a fisherman, either expressing empathy.
Let me stop that for
or
you.
Even calling a meeting.
No, listen, talk about fishermen. And people have not maybe been following that much, but we're going to get back on the fishermen. Let's take a call first. Vibes FM, caller you on. Okay, let me see. All right, we lost the caller. Okay, no problem.
So isn't Dover close to Windward?
Yeah.
So, and Dover Government School too?
Yes.
Wait, there? Close to Windward and Dover? Mm-hmm. So you never pass and see the fish center?
Well, no, he could stand up on his
well, I know that too.
On the steps,
and see.
And see, yeah, but
so So that was not for fishermen.
No, but he was. I think he's referring now to the possible ban. That might take place
in January.
In January.
Yes.
So now, but what I'm saying is, hold on. He should be knowledgeable to know that the requirements that was required was sent to the NNP in about 2016.
Probably
2016.
Probably they didn't pass that on to him.
He doesn't know that,
but
and I know.
But the thing is, now he's the deputy leader at the party. So
so you're talking now?
Not deputy leader. I mean deputy chair. No, not chair. Leader.
The leader.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I mean, he ought to have all those kind of information at that level, knowing. And if he doesn't have it, ask for it.
But he knows. But they're trying to hide that information back because the NNP has done nothing over the years. Their second request was made in 2018. They did not comply again. That's what is in 2022. Now again, the request was made. They didn't. Now this government is a government that has to come now and straighten all these things out. Well, hopefully, based on what I've been hearing from the PS, in that come January, all paperwork could be complete and be ready to submission, and everything should be normalized, from then on. But the whole idea is that this was in the interest, this was in the pockets, this was in the hands of the NNP since 2016 with the fishermen, and they never did anything about it.
Okay. So that aspect of
so now
fishermen is saying,
they shouldn't have to talk about it. They don't have the right to speak about that. No,
they
not
have
at all.
abrogated their responsibilities and duties.
No, that's it. That's the bottom line. And they have not done anything like that. And he's saying now that he's the one to represent. He would be the representative. That's a good touch.
Significant deficiency in representation.
Okay.
The National Party, we have represented. But you know what is the most encouraging thing?
Listen.
That the people have a better alternative. A better alternative in New National Party, a better alternative in Northern Coast.
Speaking mind.
What?
He speak what's on his mind. He say Nolan Cox is a better representative than the one we have now.
But Nolan Cox was the Minister of Sports. I'm going to give you a story on him. Vibes FM, take a call first. Vibes FM caller, come in. Yes, go ahead, yeah.
A friend of mine from St. Mark's just called me, mate. She said we have St. Mark's. She said all those people change in St. Mark's. The NDC now.
Yeah, okay. All right, caller, thank you.
St. Mark's.
Okay, yes. Talking about when he was Minister of Sports. What did he do for Carriacou? What did he do for Carriacou? Ask him any day I ask him, what did he do? Nothing. He was in Grenada. He visited Carriacou just a couple of times because he has families here, whatever, and never did anything. Asked one time why he was not getting involved in Carriacou and trying to see if he could promote Carriacou and do things for Carriacou. And the response was because he and the minister couldn't see eye to eye. So this way,
he's staying away.
He's staying away.
And he's a politician?
Yeah, I know that. This is the Carriacou he love and want to represent. Did nothing for Carriacou. Nothing at all. I could tell him that any day. But the thing is, the lies always coming in there. And you're going to do this, and you're going to do, and they always know to do things better. Joking making. Not this time. And somebody would tell me already, stupid season started.
Listen, I find with the change other names and things, and they stick. So the point is, look at how we started. Well, not us. It didn't come from us inside here really, but of course, scholars making those points. When we say stupid season, people might think that time is stupid in truth.
Well, a lot of things, stupid things have been usually been said on the platform, and people usually get on stupid too.
We should not encourage even just the word stupid. We shouldn't encourage that to be part of our daily lives, as it were. But however, I mean, I'm saying things. It might become a common word going forward now, stupid season.
Hold on, I think. Caller, you there? Caller. Hello. All right. Okay. It doesn't seem like we. Okay. Yeah. Something wrong with this line, I would imagine. Yeah, but stupid season really is appropriate, because of the rhetoric that goes on. Everybody just telling lies and saying all kinds. Like. Look at Cox. It's a set of lies that's going on from now, And the thing about it is that when they say something, when they tell a lie, the supporters giving a nice round of applause. Yeah. Just, so they feel now, well, the lie really resonating.
Stupid season.
Anyway.
So we have the Christmas season, we have the Easter season. We have carnival season.
We have parang season. We have all the seasons.
All the seasons. And we're adding on that now, stupid season?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
But speaking about parang this year,
Yeah.
I think parang is going to be a big thing this year, Based on what I'm seeing and hearing on the ground, is that the organizers are trying their best to see if they could revive it as much as possible, because since after burial, I mean, that has been it. And we're trying to come back with it now, and I think it's gonna be good, because they've already launched parang last week.
Yeah.
And they know they're mobilizing all the bands and everything like that to come into play. So hopefully, the 19th to the 21st of December, that's when it's going to be staged right in Caracol. And I could tell, based on what I'm seeing and hearing too, in that we have quite a number of visitors already making their bookings in hotels and guest houses, to make sure that they're for the parang.
For the parang, yes.
And we're going into the Christmas season as well too, so it's going to be, it should be nice.
One of the things that I've been trying to contemplate and think about it in recent times. When we talk about parang, we always think about the melee part of it, right? And that's what excites people. But isn't parang also about carol singing too?
Yeah, but the Hosanna bands, yeah.
Hosanna bands?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying. I hardly hear any talk about Hosanna, the carol singing, because that also is a competition. So what causing that? What causing us to just put more emphasis on the parang melee, the melee part?
Well, you see, the thing about the melee is that people like to listen to this kind of
TV.
Yeah, the TV.
Yeah.
They like that. It's nice, and they look forward to it as well. And before the Hosanna competitions and things start staging, the melee was the only thing that we had. Is after the Hosanna was added.
Well, right. It's added, but it's there now, and it's part of the competition. Groups from villages, wherever, come and sing the carol and things like that and so on.
Yeah, but,
and they've been judged like.
Yeah, but hold on. The songs that the Hosanna band sing, right, are not songs that they created. It's the same First Noel in 8 different styles, right? So how much time do you want to hear the First Noel? I'm just
I know. I'm with you.
But when the parang band comes, they know. Then they have to say what happened here and what happened there.
No, it's just a question that
the melee
where you put the emphasis on.
Yeah, so this is what people like. They like the laugh, and they like to hear some of the things that to make the parang that they didn't even know about. Because I know in many instances when the parang is finished and they go back to the lines and say, "Oh, who was that talking to and when did it happen?" And then the next thing about it is that when they would see the person in person, live, then they could have a laugh with them and say, "Was you?" That's it. So we in for a nice season.
So another time that is very relevant and important to us in Caracol, we have the parang. We just spoke about the parang, and probably in time to come, we might get more information on that from the organizers. But we also have All Saints.
Well, All Saints is just about what? Another week.
2 weeks away. Well, Sunday.
Yeah,
this Sunday and then the following Saturday.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, but that's it. And we here in Carriacou, as you very well know, it's a custom whereby we do all the candles and this.
So forgive me, I'm just squeezing you.
Yeah. Okay.
As I hear as you use the word custom.
Yeah.
Is All Saints? Would you consider All Saints to be a custom of our island, of the people? All Saints.
Yeah. Yeah. I would. Because every year we celebrate it, and we have different things that we do around All Saints that we normally don't do or the times of the year. Because you have the past play, like they usually do that in Leicester.
In the junction.
In the junction, you're right. Yeah. And there's other things that I think, in the Parang, in the All Saints,
Yeah.
even with the eating of the asham and all them things like that, you don't normally do that during the year, but around that time, it is done almost everywhere. I want to put it as that's a custom. It's a custom. And the lighting of the candles only take place basically once a year. Normally during the year, you don't see anybody going there in numbers to light a candle. You might have some people who do that, but you could maybe count them on your fingers. So around that time, is a time when they even go and make sure that the cemetery is clean and the graves are painted and cleaned. And, there's so many things that we do around that time that you have to call it a custom. Vibes FM, caller you on. Caller, come in. Caller?
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I just wanted to praise Carriacou and Petit Martinique for keeping the custom of the All Saints going, because it's a far cry from what we have in Grenada. I experienced it in Carriacou and also in Petit Martinique. And yes, it's a far cry. What then? It's a couple of years well, so I'm not sure if it still has that kind of respect that they show to the dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I remember also, which I came down here and told them about it, and some people copied it. I was standing at the cemetery in Carriacou, and this gentleman, they said, well, he is the man for that. And he came with a whole set of bottles and knock off the bottom, tap it out with a piece of rattan, and put it over the candles.
Yeah.
So that kept the candles going.
Lit, yeah.
The wind, protected from the wind, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that is a good thing we could copy from Carriacou. Because normally we down here, we fighting up with the wind and we can't be bothered again.
Mm-hmm.
But All Saints in Grenada is a far cry, as I say, gun clay. It's like a whole lime and a lot of noise and music and this selling and that selling, and the people who hustling come with their drinks in their vehicle, and so nothing to do with the dead. I hardly think that the priest still goes, because in the old days the priest used to go first to start off the thing and walk through and say the prayers and so.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's just a kind of loud lime in Grenada, yeah?
Yeah.
So I just thought I wanted to congratulate the people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique for keeping it up and keeping it as nice and respectable as it is. Yeah?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay. But as this caller just mentioned there too, is something that is done here on a regular basis, and the tradition or the custom still remains, because when on that day, that you have to go to the cemetery and you must go with the rum.
Oh Lord. And with the ground?
And with the ground.
Oh Lord.
The rum and the water. And you have to say something to those who have passed on. Because you believe that they are present and they are watching over you. So you have to wet the ground for them and call out to them.
Yes.
That's what we do, We go there and then we light the candles for them to know that they are not forgotten. They have not been forgotten. They're still in our hearts. And this is what goes on. And there's a lot of, things that we go through on a normal basis, on a regular basis, to show, that although you have passed on, you're still with us. So it's a way of connecting. And I remember going to the cemetery, you know, many times with my grandparents, you know, when I was smaller, you know, and there was something that they used to do, and I didn't even understand what was even going on. But you know, as I grow a little bit older, I understand
What they used to do?
They used to communicate with the with the spirits, they claim, you know, and call out, and if they had a wish, you know, they would make that wish there on the grave site, on the tombstone, you know, right there.
So
And
they go in and they communicating, they calling out.
yes, calling the name, because that's how I end up knowing some of my great grands and their names, because sometimes the stones, because of the way they were done, the names are not legible, you know. So,
okay.
you know, and what they use, you know, because some of it was just concrete, and they engraved it with some kind of a tool. So after a while now, that just washed away. But a lot of things I used to see them doing, and I just used to wonder, you know, what was going on in many instances. Bible FM, caller? Caller?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Yes, you're on. Caller, yes. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yes.
How are you?
Okay, and how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
All right.
Hey,
But I ain't the corner here trying to see how could get that voice. And he talking, I know what happened.
Yeah.
We start talking about
All Saints.
All Saints.
Yes.
And even while hold on, caller. I call me caller now.
Yeah, caller.
Yeah. Even while you're talking, and I said, why? I wonder if Leo listening, why? And look at that. But and the reason why I said that, and when I said it, what came to my mind is parent split. Parent split.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you know, but well, of course, I'm here not in the best of moods because I'm hanging out with some very young temperatures.
Oh,
and,
what?
You know, that's not my speed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Young
Well,
temperature.
actually, that is not that bad, you know. But again, when it's not so close to my age, when it's 20 less than me, I like that.
They're taking advantage of you.
Yes, because this morning what warmed me up is the fact I was exercising to the sound of vibes, but the fingers cramping.
Oh gosh, that bad, buddy. Yeah. Oh gosh. Anyway, not long
Mr.
again.
Coy, let me just straighten something out.
Tell me.
Leicester has no junction.
Crossroad. Sorry.
Amen, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Crossroad. Yes.
So
I don't know.
you know.
Why did I say
And
junction? I don't know why, but I know it's a crossroad.
Now you see more
Yes,
present.
Leicester Junction.
Yeah.
Leicester has a crossroad. Always lead one arm leads to Machapel.
Yeah.
The other one leads to La Casizan, and the third one leads to Hillsborough.
Right. Yeah.
That's the crossroad.
Right. That's the crossroad. Okay. All right. Yeah. Correction.
Enyo, good.
Okay, come on.
Thank you.
How are things, guys? Things otherwise. Well, I've been following. Last week I wasn't able to connect because I was busy trying to navigate the way in Florida, and today I've been monitoring since the morning. Although sometimes the phone acts up, but I'm very much on top of what's happening. But I'm using this opportunity to gather some information about Trump and his ilk. And so that when I come back, I could make some comparisons and show the parallels with Trump and Diablo.
Oh, yeah? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I could imagine.
The things that you know we do for life. I've been listening to about the situation that we're in vis-a-vis this this radar or with equipment for MBIA.
Yeah.
And I sometimes listen to my good friend Mr. Cambridge, but I must tell him that where there is a will, there is a way, and probably might teach some of us a little bit of a lesson because life is not always easy, you know, and sometimes you have to be in the dark to be able to appreciate the light.
Mm-hmm.
And those of us who think that we can get up and get, we need to, you know, fasten ourselves and be more willing to do things that's going to benefit us. If we don't emancipate ourselves, you know, will just prolong the agony. What America is going to do? They can't cut off the water. We have food in Grenada, and we have air. Only three essentials in life: air, food, and water. And where there's a will, there's a way. But we must teach ourselves to be independent and be able to make a decision that is beneficial to our folks and not whatever else. It's not a one-way street. Caribbean people over the years have been making a big contribution to the economy of the United States, especially New York.
Yeah.
So, so don't ever think that somebody's just doing you a favor. And America is a land of immigrants, and all of us have a right there, beginning with some parents, because he, too, his mother got there sometime as an illegal alien.
Yeah.
As an illegal alien. But people must learn to respect you no matter how small you are. And if you give in to them all the time, they could always have you tethered on a string.
Yeah.
Hold the fort, my guys, hold the fort. We'll get there. And where the Lord will provide. You know that reggae music you love so much, kid?
I know it. Jesus will provide. Jesus will always provide, yes?
Always provide. No matter, we will get there.
So,
somebody.
Let me ask you now. I've been following the news, and I'm seeing a lot of ice raids taking place on the street. Were you ever fortunate to see them in action in terms of wherever you were at any time?
No, not at all, but I mean, but they very much, you see, they're not that prevalent in New York City.
Oh, not yet.
Because you see, New York City is a different position, if you will, as far as the politics is concerned. So they don't they'll get some fight back in New York City. As a matter of fact, I understand some Haitians took a turn in some ice backside and they run like a bandit. So you won't see them that much. But in the other states, they're very, very, very prevalent. In the deep south and Midwest and so on.
Yeah.
A lot of this ice. And I think it's so dreadfully wrong because as it is, somebody quite rightly said these things that they're doing to us is only because my boy said that it is our country, meaning it's a white country, and if we don't do all these egregious things, we'll lose the country and never get it back. Since when that is the case? Nobody, I don't see. Well, America is the best country I know. Love America a lot, but that doesn't mean I have to put up with Trump and his health policy.
Yeah.
And our country should have to put up with it either.
Yeah.
No.
And it's forgetting that the country, the US was built on immigrants. That's it. That's what it is.
Yes, of course.
Yes, they built the country.
Of course. Nobody's anti-America per se. If you do a poll in Grenada, you'll get at least 85% for America. But we have to stay with that in mind, but we don't have to put up with the foolishness that this 15% want to put us through. You see, what you want to do now, marching down the swing at the White House. 300 million it costs to build back years. 250, you got up to 300 million. In the meantime, the government is closer until we can get the salary.
Yeah. So, and it is likely to go up again.
Of course.
Yeah, listen.
Because
I was looking through the crowd in New York for the No Kings Day protest. I didn't see you. I was trying to see if I could see you in a corner with a flag or something. I didn't see you.
No, but
no.
I saw you.
If it was summertime, I'll take part.
Yeah, but I saw you in the NDC chapter gala.
Well, in that I must be. Yeah, I must show my presence there because NDC and I have to support my party wherever I can't if it's Siberia going.
You do with them?
Yeah, because and you want to know something about the video? They featured the video, right? I'm looking at the video, right? But all I'm looking out for is Soliu.
You could sing. Yeah, me too. I wanted to sing.
And I catch him. I say, yes, there he is.
yes, man.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, man. It's a nice duo, and it does tell the mood of our nationals in the diaspora. It's a good showing.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed it.
Well, I realized
So,
though that the NDC has been getting a lot of support in the diaspora. Plenty of support. Very strong, eh?
Well, yeah, you see, as I say, sometimes what happens, you who are on the draft board playing the draft, you don't see some obvious plays, Sometimes you have to take somebody standing on the outside to see what's happening to you on the draft board.
Right.
The same thing goes on in soccer game. You have the ball, you have to concentrate on dribbling the ball. In the meantime, you're missing the open man.
Yes,
So you have to have somebody on the sideline seeing that obvious play, but you don't see it.
Right.
So a lot of our people, I see that to say, a lot of our people in Grenada and Gary, Lord God of His mercy, because I don't know how on earth you can see after all these years that you've been dumbed down and been taken advantage of. Somebody outside your realm have to sit and say, oh God, well, enough is enough. And that's what happened in the diaspora now.
Yeah.
Because when you abuse people for so long, and it's so obvious and they can't see, the diaspora is able to see better than those who live in here.
Right.
And don't tell me that we the American, we ain't no happening growing up. Baloney. Baloney, we are aware of it.
Yep.
Because at least we could see, if that's experience the day-to-day abuse, we must know after 40 years there's no change has been made. So what would you say? Something wrong?
Yep. You're quite right about that, and you guys, I mean, the diaspora too. Yeah, been keeping your eyes on the prize, Grenada. So you're right in touch,
We are. Boy, it's too long. It's too long. When again, I say, well, and as for Carriacou itself, sometimes I want to be upset with Carriacou, but I say forgive them, Lord, for they don't know what they do or say. Because whenever I want to think about how foolish the supporters of the NNB in Carriacou are, I have to think about the Northwest St. George.
Yeah.
40 years,
Yeah.
You take this jam in 40 years, and you have the most toilets in the whole state.
Yep.
And then, oh boy, all people something to us.
You're right. You're right about that, because I mean, and in the in Carriacou too. But let me just break a little one on you, just to refresh you a little bit. Cox start talking a certain nonsense again. The line Cox. You some of the nonsense you've been saying lately about people. Yes.
Well, as you quite rightly say, stupid season.
Stupidity.
Yeah, you keep it with the season.
Yeah.
But I don't mind what happened to him. He's a fellow like, but I just believe he's still under this spell of Diablo. And even though Diablo now just sort of realizing that things ain't going his way, he's talking about leaving and he left and that type of thing. But he ain't poor and he ain't vulnerable, although he live in one of the vulnerable and poor constituencies in Grenada. Because I think the Northwest hasn't got poor.
Yeah.
He's head to head in one come for foolishness good in those constituencies.
Yeah.
So he make himself is a diamond in the rock, man. Yeah. So you're up there living a good life.
Yeah.
And I assure you a flush toilet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's no if about it.
A lot of people in have that,
Yeah. So yeah, but
yeah.
but all in all, we're getting ready now to move into the All Saints next weekend, and looking forward to the usual celebration as we always do, and everything is so far so good. And people in a nice mood, getting ready, and
man. Yes. And the one thing I could tell you, wind and blow, lighted me candle.
I know that kind of thing. We used to always light the candles. Sometimes when you can't even go to the cemetery, we light up all the candles around in the house. The candles like crazy.
Well, Well, even here in Brooklyn, All Saints night, the house full of candles, you know.
Yeah.
When I go in the cemetery, but if you put up something in the backyard and we light in the candle, it's not the candle per se, but the essence is the start of it is a time to spend with those who are good to you and make things happen for you.
Right.
So there's a time to take a little time off and think about them, reminisce and remember the good things and your life.
Yeah.
Those older folks who made it possible for us.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with that? If you want to call it voodoo, it's your business, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that is my thing when it comes to All Saints and Turn Split.
Yeah.
Remember those who made it better for you. Appreciation, as we say.
Yeah.
Call to Johnny King.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know, and I was just telling Cox earlier on, I mean, Kaya earlier on too, that I only go to the cemetery. I remember going there with my grandparents, and there's certain things that they would do, you know, and I would just observe there because that is the way of communicating and giving thanks, and you know, for what has happened and what is to happen, and to know that they are not been forgotten, still in the hearts.
Well, Kim, you know what what cemented that for me? One All Saints. I went to Leicester, and you know, you must remember Jerry, tall Jerry.
Yeah.
Miss Ever Jerry from Leicester.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, man, Jerry's hardly ever sober.
Right.
But I went up to the cemetery where Inel is buried.
Right.
And there was one person in the cemetery, one single person, as sober as they come. And it was Jerry. And Jerry said, boy, I have to come and spend a little time with my boy. And Kim, that meant so much to me. I said, you put aside the rum for a while and just take time off to spend a little time in thought about somebody who made things good for you. I said, that is how it should be. Appreciation, gratitude. Oh Lord, that we need so much of that, it ain't funny. And so that even though I was thinking of changing my mind about All Saints, that cemented it for me. So I say, I ain't changing my time at all. You're going to take me to my grave. Those good habits and culture that we shared in Carriacou, it still means so much to me. And I guess I'll travel the world. I don't care where I go. Like you say, no place like home.
Yeah.
It's pleasures and palaces. Wherever you may roam, no place like home.
Yeah, well, that is true. But what you just said there about Jerry, you know, and being there, you know, and giving that respect, and he had to do it there, you know, that says a lot. That says a lot.
That was deep, man.
Yeah.
Very, very deep. And if we will adapt and continue with this, a lot of these practices will be a better people for it. So we can, that appreciation, we can throw it out the window. When somebody does something for you, go to your grave thinking about that person in a positive light.
Yeah.
And like sometimes we always say, if you can say good, to say bad.
Right.
Or what we're lucky to be safe. Can say something good, shut up.
Shut up, yeah. You're right about that, yeah. But and I'm telling you, know, we're looking forward to the celebration, and so far so good, yes. Everything looking fine, yeah.
Yeah, good. Well, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, well, I know that. I know that. Just take good care of yourself, man. And as we always know, you're always locking it down, no matter where you are. You're locking it down.
Yes. I have to be.
I guess wherever you're going, they must be calling you Mr. Vibes by now.
Yeah, hello. I warned you, no. I warned you because at the gala, I see no one come back. Kim has to raise the pay. I was trying to get 4C. I was trying to cut size. I was trying to pull ranks.
Well, Kai, you hear that?
I'm listening.
So why your man vibe is widely listened to, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about those some of those foolish people in Carriacou. I ain't listening to vibes because they talk to us as foolishness. How you know they talk to foolishness and you're listening? So that's why a lot of them are misinformed.
So right over that. Okay.
So,
Yeah. All right.
All listenership is far, far, far and wide.
Yeah.
And I would bet you $15 to nothing pay as you're able. You have probably 10 times the amount of people in the diaspora listening to Vibes as well as in the Caribou.
Yeah.
If not 20.
Yeah, okay. I'll look at them online, okay?
Oh, but I shouldn't say listening, but not calling.
Yes.
You know what? The problem is Vibes is that a lot of people, and what they've been suffering from the last experience, I mean, the previous government, they tied tongue, you know.
Yeah.
They tied tongue, they're afraid to talk.
Yep.
Because especially nowadays, if they're going to talk, they have to say something good as what is happening now because they choose.
Yes.
And because if they either expect Diablo to come back in power and he might take revenge for what they said when he's out of power. When he ain't coming back, stay so. Lazarus dead.
He done.
That's it, Lazarus.
He finished. Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. Okay, so Leo, thank you so much.
Have a good day, man.
And take care.
Yeah, man.
See you soon.
Yes.
Okay,
You take care. Thanks a lot.
All right. Okay.
Regards.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah. Okay. It's always nice talking to somebody. Right? You always have a lot of interesting things to say as well too. So Rodney.
Yes. Okay.
The expired. What do you call
Retired.
it? Retired. The expired retired PRO.
Well, everybody have names in this place.
Yeah, well, you see, you was given that name because
I know, because
because
of his he dumping the other side.
Well, but he was he wasn't. He didn't dump them really, you know.
What no? I say expired and retired.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you know, he no longer associate himself.
Well,
with them.
what made him why he was expired? Because he was there doing nothing for all this time.
Well.
So after a while, I mean, your expiration did come, you know. And then he had to retire himself when that transpired. So how you doing, Ron? Tell me.
Well, I would say not so good, so mourning, but at least God is good.
Yeah, okay. Give
I
thanks.
would say God is good. Well, it's like part of me. I would say the first, part of me.
Yeah, okay.
When you have your own, your very own, and things do happen that should not happen, it really touches you, And last Thursday it was not nice at all, Normally, usually clean my place and so on, and my daughter was back on with the same nonsense,
Well, that's
crime thing and what have you, and chewing up water on me and all this.
That is
it's very sad. They can't stop. They have to stop, and I have to do what I have to do to bring this thing to a stop. I want peace. I'm on the out here. Life is short, and we cannot have this thing going. I've listened to Surgeon. What's his name? Surgeon that was on the air with you.
Grant.
Yeah, Surgeon Grant. And she was saying that we should. You see something, you hear something, say something. And, we have to put voice sometimes to things that are not right, to help bring peace in our society, in our home and our family and the nation. We can't close our eyes and, pretend that these things is alien from us.
All right, okay. Let me try.
We have to face that.
Okay, but let me try to take a caller quickly. Vibes FM. Caller, you on?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. What's up?
Compare?
I'm fine, compare. I see compare by me, man. I'm on television. I saw him on Facebook.
Yes, yeah, he ran away for a little while, but he coming back anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, home sweet home.
Well, you know that already.
I just hear him talking there. I just hear him saying home sweet home.
Yeah, definitely.
No place sweeter than home.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was in an impeccable, I know he listened in an impeccable form, man.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
He look like the Governor General, man.
Well, representation, man. That's what. That's
Well,
what
yeah, man. Well represented.
Yeah.
Full three-piece suit and everything.
man.
Yeah, he was dressed. He was dressed. I just didn't see the top hat. Maybe he took it off.
He getting on then?
Yeah.
He getting on?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
he was being interviewed by the PRO for the New York chapter. I listened to him. I listened to him.
Okay, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's happening now? Tell us.
So, well, boy, Lionel at it again.
Well, I mean, Lionel can't help it. Can't help it. Really.
I think I had to change the name from what's his name? Neelan or Nolan or Nolan or whatever.
Nolan.
I think no, N-O-R. No.
It's not Nolan. Nolan. But we had to change that to Lionel boy.
Yeah, well, it's indicating that in every respect, really. I mean, listen to somebody. Listen to some of the nonsense that he speaks from time to time. Really, man. You know, it's embarrassing. You know, sometimes because my good friend, you know. I mean, we're tight.
I know.
You said
so before.
We're tight.
But you have to watch your friends, boy. You have to watch your good friend in them. I tell you. Bob Marley said, you know.
Yeah.
Your best friend could be a horse enemy. Be careful.
Yep. Quite right about that.
They know your secret and only them could reveal it.
Yep.
Anyway, I could remember a song about Lion the Lion.
Yes, go ahead.
I know you heard that DJ say go remember that too.
Yeah.
Lion the Lion. Lion the Lion. See, he said nobody couldn't lie more than he. So he partner, the person I was in the competition with him say, and I just give you the last part of it. He could see a man just about to go around a corner.
And he could saw good.
I have to put him perfect.
Yeah, man.
You realize?
You know the lion tell the man. You see, when you show me the corner with the man pass.
And it is so
that is lie.
And I go so I go put him perfect.
You realize?
That is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. He remind me of that when I hear the lie. Oh, the chuck. When I take back
the material.
Yeah.
And the only thing wrong she do.
Yes, is to say.
What makes he think something like that is something wrong? You're so good to you on the support.
Yeah. But
so it only goes to show how some people think. If it was them, what they're trying to tell us in the smart is, but if it was them, anybody I know that ain't supporting my party, even though I give them something, I can take.
Yeah.
That way it's showing you how they think.
And what they'll do.
People speak of you based on how they think.
Yep.
Sure.
For instance, let's go back to 20 whatever or 19 whatever. When a certain man say he go pay twice a month, what did he say after that? The NEC wouldn't do that. They will never do that. Why? Why he say that? He's trying to say he could do it, but the NEC can't do it, and he never do it. We take the come and do it. The same NEC that he said will never do it.
Yeah.
So what you are saying, he will never do that. He only bam a guy and people with that, because how much years after, until he forget he say that. So when this present prime minister said that when he was campaigning, he disputed and said that could never happen.
Yep.
And then the tape was played, and I was so shocked the night I said, wait. When I hear the tape playing and he said, I said, hey, how come he's saying what the man said? But when I watch the
video,
I was hearing the audio, I wasn't watching. When I watch, I see that speaking, and that was a younger person years ago saying the same thing what this man coming and saying now.
Yes.
And disputed. When he said no, he disputed.
Yep.
Yeah. So it only goes to show how the tower man think it. So is he? So he thinking. That's where he's thinking. So he think that's what
Everybody's
should
the
be
same.
happening.
And everybody's the same.
But tell him, but tell him this party and the people and the young man in Karaku, the baby in Karaku, wouldn't go back and take any material from anybody. That wouldn't happen. If it's the way looking for to happen, now if you're trying to show that so somebody would do it, no. Everybody's kayak, kakabawi for kakabawi. Have a good evening.
All right, thank you so much.
All
Okay,
right.
okay.
Yes, Colin. Thank you. Thank you.
Kakabawi for Kakabawi.
Yeah.
That's Karaku.
Indeed.
So why can't that be practiced throughout all the different levels? I mean, we say things. We say things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't live it. Instead of trying to help up, we're pushing out.
Yeah.
And pull down.
So sad.
But you see, that's the way people are in general, right? They hate to see people strive.
Yeah.
They don't like to see progress, especially when they're not the ones making the progress.
Yeah, they're contradicting. They're
Yes,
just going opposed
that's
without any reasonable reason.
Yeah.
They're very unreasonable.
And that's bad because you see, when you have those things happening in your community, I mean, really, it's like a tug of war.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
You can succeed. You know, they come as a holding back the progress, like. Yeah.
But
it's very sad.
Yeah, but we here in Karaku, you know, we are a situation where we could change quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
We just got to make the effort. That's just about it. If we don't, then
we have to be determined, you know, to stand against the odds, because I mean the odds will always be there trying to pull you back.
But what I can understand, in a small community like Karaku in particular, you know, and like Cox making those kind of statements. I mean, he should know that we live here, and we would know that he's not telling the truth.
Exactly.
I mean, you know that, you know. So why maybe lying to the outer world, but we listening as well, and we would go and say straight out, you know, that's a lie. There's no if about it, but maybe it's a way of sometimes staying employed,
staying relevant,
staying employed. I prefer employed.
Employed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you know sometimes if you're not towing the line,
you lose you
lose
the benefits.
I know that.
Yeah.
Because talking about taking back. Let me tell you my experience. I told you already, you know, and I never forget it in this taking back thing. When I was going to install this radio station, that was back in 1995. And I went to the government in 1995, was the NNP government, and I made a request, you know, for the access to a piece of property that they had in Bel Air by the old camp up there, so I could set up my antennas on my tower and, you know, everything like that, whatever. And I wasn't vocal in those times. I was just nice and quiet. And so they didn't know if I was NDC, NNP, or nothing of the nature. And they gladly gave me permission to go ahead and do whatever I wanted to do. But then they suggested at that time, maybe now, because of what it did for me, that I was going to toe the line of the NNP.
Right.
But I never used to make noise or nothing. But when I see some things happening in the community, which I was very unhappy about, especially with the moving at the market.
Yeah.
If you guys remember that, you know, I staged demonstrations.
Demonstration. I was part of that.
I was very vocal.
Yeah.
And I came out there head on and started to voice my opinions, and they didn't like it. And what transpired now, that the material that was given to me, which is the piece of property, they wrote me a letter to revoke permission to use the property and asked me to move everything out on that property as soon as possible. Otherwise, they were going to bulldoze it.
Yeah.
Just imagine. I refused. I jumped out and I said, no, you can't do that because I'm not supporting you. And I made a big thing out of it. I made it public.
Yeah.
So if anything were to happen now, people would know exactly what transpired. They didn't like the idea now that I came out smoking and bringing it out to the open in the public, and they quiet down after a while, like that, because
public pressure.
because they realize no, we saying we go knock it out, and because he's taking it on, he telling everybody what we say, this kind of thing,
Exactly.
So if we go and do it now, it would be obvious now, but maybe they were planning to do it in private. I don't know what the intention was, and I still stood up against them.
Stand your ground.
Yes, stand my ground. And since after that, they never liked me, and then and that was because of the radio station that I was operating at the time.
Yeah,
and that's when they come now. And the second move they made on me, listen, man, this guy
they ain't giving up.
No, they ain't giving up. They came back, to close me down.
Determined.
They decided they're going to close me down. And start bragging about closing me down. And I took up a challenge again. There used to be something called face-to-face. You remember one time we had this face-to-face?
Yes, I remember.
In the different communities.
Yes, face-to-face.
And the late name had threatened that he was going to close this station down.
Yes.
And I said he couldn't do it. And he said, yes, he can do it. And in the face-to-face, when you could get up and ask a question, boy, in the community center, I never forget it.
Yeah.
I got up there, man, and I'm afraid to talk. And I challenged him on the table there with the ex-prime minister and those involved there. And when I cornered him with questions and he couldn't answer, he got up. Never forget it. I was on the podium on the right there. He got up there, and apparently his intention was to just rush out from behind the table where they were sitting to challenge me, maybe in a fist fight or close argument or something of the nature. And I remember the Prime Minister said to him, listen, sit down. We don't need this. We don't need this.
Calm down.
Calm down. You think it's one fight a fight? And then after that happened, he came back now and decided, well, he couldn't take me out on the transmitting site. And then I wasn't giving up. And I was breaking the thing open. So he decided now that he was going to get together now on the third try and open up a station, that's the Styles radio station, to take away all my business. Right?
I remember that.
And so that would cripple me. I didn't give up again. I stayed
stayed
toe-to-toe with them
Yeah.
on there until he wanted to use one of my frequency that I'm using now, 106.3. And he applied for it, and they said to him, you cannot get that. That belongs to Kim.
Yeah.
And he says, wow.
Trying to close it on.
He's trying to close me down again. So then they will publish station and they run it for a while. Well, right now, I think he went back in the cemetery to meet him because that's been closed down for the last, going on about 2 years now, maybe. Yeah, that's it.
The fact that, you don't fight with.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So when Cox making this kind of statement now and talk about the take back, I think he's talking from my playbook, from the book that they played with me.
So you were taken away from too, right?
Yes.
Yes. So no. I guess that's the modus.
That's how they do it.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
So
spite and vindictiveness and so on and all kind of thing. Yeah.
That was your.
I'll get you. I'll get you. Yeah.
I never forget.
Yeah.
Which is sad
for
human relations, especially leaders. You can't be living with this kind of animosity when you are a leader. You have to see.
That's the way that's the way they operated.
You have to see each human being.
If you don't toe the line,
sure,
you finish.
Yeah, well,
and if you're not strong enough to hold your ground and stand up from what you believe in, that was the end of you. You're telling me. I tell you, I'm living example of all what goes on when you're talking about vindictiveness and taking these things back, whatever. Me, I could give stories. I could talk all day on what my experience with them.
Yes.
But I'm here and I'm better.
Yeah. When they try to fight you
not
down.
Bitter.
Not bitter.
Not bitter.
Better. When they try to fight you down, God lift you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
what I don't go down the road with them. And one of the reasons now, as you would not even see any one of them coming by, which I give them, I've opened door policy for any one of them to come on this station at any time if they want to get a message out or whatever the case might be. But you know what? They can't come.
Don't go there.
Sometimes, let me tell you something. Man have a conscience,
Yes.
And if
Supposed
they try
to.
yes,
Supposed to,
and if they
supposed
try
to.
to come through that door, they might heat up on an invisible shield. Boop.
Yeah.
I don't see.
That's the shield of the Almighty.
That's it.
Block them.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that, during the time when I want to do my work as a PRO, and was told directly in the meeting that don't
You can't
go
come by-
there.
you
And,
can't come by me?
Yeah, and shouldn't go there.
Oh no,
And all this other thing. But I determined to be here.
Confession.
But are you confess already?
No,
I think
I never confessed properly.
Say that?
No. No, he couldn't come on the station here while he was NNP for the he was the PRO for the NNP. He couldn't come on the station here to do nothing because he's an NNP and I'm an NDC.
Yeah. He's an enemy of.
I'm an enemy, right? That's what it is to say.
Okay.
You're talking to the enemy.
But this is where, to me, I told them this is where you should be. I mean,
right.
To explain. I
Right.
mean, if the folks have questions or any comments or anything that they take offense by, I mean, you must be, before and face the mass. I mean, you can't play powder and free. You said, play mass and free powder.
Right.
So this is the best place to be, to share,
right.
those information.
Mm-hmm.
So as a PRO, what is my duty then?
Uh-huh.
Public relation officer. So I must be,
and so then,
yeah.
So that's when they retire.
No, not really. I just had the name, but I cannot get the.
Okay, you couldn't do your job.
The information and whatever they were not passing it on to me.
Uh-huh.
To me, the minister was doing it herself in some way, but I said, well, the question that they want to ask you on Vibes FM and so on, go there, go and answer the question. Maybe the door is open, just go in.
Mm-hmm.
It's you're what minister for the people. I mean, whether they are NDC or NNP, as a government, it's for the people. You don't want to win people. If you want to win people, you have to go where the people are and answer the hard questions. Face the mass. They're afraid of facing the mass. Why? Because you have something to hide. You're doing things maybe hypocritically. It's not genuine. It's not honest. It's not true. It's not just. It's not right.
I remember very well. When you're basically banned from even coming because why? You'll be associating yourself with the enemy. And
but I still was coming.
You were still coming, and that's why they sideline you.
Well, technically, sometimes people use you as a front, and really not, just not genuinely,
Oh my! So they take back the position.
No, it wasn't given to anybody. I mean, I just have the name existing, but I think we didn't have an election
I guess to fulfill some organizational standard.
Yeah.
You must have a PRO, even though it's a name. First vice president, assistant, and they must have all these things.
But I wanted information to be able to share with the public.
Right,
so
yeah.
And they says, well, no, they don't want me to say anything on behalf of the NDC.
NNP.
So,
oh boy,
it was so sad.
You had a shit too.
And somebody member, telling me straight up, don't do that, don't go there, don't.
Yeah.
Says,
oh boy.
I said, well, what is that about?
Dr. Pett, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, honorables.
What's up, man?
I'm okay for the time.
All right. Welcome to Vibes again.
Well, always.
Stay home.
Once I'm in Carrick, when I have the little time, I pop in.
Well, definitely, And it's always a pleasure having you around, like anything else, as you see Sarodney, I call it Sarodney, as you very well know,
Thank you.
That we have this situation here whereby you want to come and air your concerns, your views, whatever, once we have the program on and there's space and time and things like that, feel free.
Yeah.
So it's an open door, but the NNP,
taking the opportunity.
No, they can't face here.
Pass on information.
But in time to come, man, to come, stupid season just that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Stupid season we're talking about now.
Okay.
What's the mood like, What you've been feeling around, as you're going to?
Well, there's a lot of mixed feelings. I listen to the Prime Minister. I listen to him attentively. And I like the stand he's taking. He's trying to be very careful in what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's like Morris, let the masses speak and bring in the opposition to put them on the spot. So when the decision is made, whether it's positive or negative, they will not say that you didn't invited us.
Right.
If they invite you and you don't come, it's something else. Once you come and you don't say nothing, then you have to stick with the decision that the prime minister take.
Yeah.
I think he's very careful and cautious of the decision he wants to take, not on his own, but with the people he's going to do. He say he's going to go to parliament to put it to the opposition, and then I think they'll do a referendum. The people
Yeah.
to find out the position of the people. A lot of people is against the setting up of the radar. So you can just go and do crazy things. So you have to be careful what you're doing. Remember, like election coming up 2027. So you have to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make the right decision.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't really have a decision to make. Let me wait on the prime minister and let him make his verdict.
Well, yeah, well, definitely we need to hear from him, and he's very straight out with it, saying when he's going to do it, and we are waiting to see what he's going to be doing. But like I say, I have a lot of confidence in decisions that they are making, and if the decision is to go to a referendum or maybe in parliament on some vote or whatever it is, it will be okay as far as I'm concerned, because he's been on the right track, and I don't see him getting off the track anytime soon. So hopefully next Tuesday, right? I think Tuesday coming.
Tuesday.
They're going to be in parliament, and that has been a talk in the air, all over. People sometimes, I listen to some people who don't even have any knowledge of what's happening in politics, voicing their opinions because of some influence or somebody that they might have listened to, and just want to repeat what the person is saying with no substance, no nothing, and arguing too, they're just arguing.
But I listened to a guy and I find it was pure nonsense. He was speaking about they should allow the Americans to put the radar, but he didn't have the reason why. And the reason why he was saying that, look how much container in Miami, we have to come down. Look how much things people sending down from America. But ask yourself the question, how much help do Americans give to Grenada? Is the amount of help that they are giving to Grenada. I'm not the prime minister, he makes his own decision. But you can't say there's a lot of container coming down. The container coming down, people are saying the thing down, and people are working hard in America. The government is not giving them the things in the container to come down with, That's their things. The people, the Grenadians, are working there. So what he's saying is making no sense. You talk about visa, you talk everything they're talking about.
Well, it's, like I said, there's a lot of things flying around there now, and people don't have no basis for what even they're saying. But one of the things I've been looking at and listening to some people making a little bit of a sense in that they're saying, like the economy in Grenada, is partially dependent on in the US, because we have a lot of ties, a lot of things, even with the SGU students, so many things that we have going, that if the government or the US government were to put restrictions or sanctions or whatever they want to do, ban this or ban that, whatever words they use, and we were to be cut off.
With a small man.
We could be in a situation where, it's not as comfortable as it used to be. That's some of the things I was saying. But I'm saying too, anyway, is that you don't get this kind of bans and everything like that implemented just like that for no reason. No.
Yeah.
There's time, there's a time factor involved too as well.
Yeah.
So, and as John noted already, well, Trump is a loose cannon anyway, so.
But a lot of Caribbean countries do not accept the offer. I think Antigua have turned it down, and a number of countries.
Well, I just know Antigua, but I didn't hear of any other places that the request was made. Possibly it was, because the one in Grenada was since back in August, as far as we heard from our Prime Minister. And we just hearing about it now because it got into the media.
Did they request in Barbados? Did they request
I don't know. I really don't know. I think Trinidad, they would made a request. I think Trinidad is online. But what I'm saying is maybe the request was made to all of the islands. Maybe. Yeah. And it's been a while because August since back in August now, and we're in October, and we're just hearing about it. So the possibility is that the other countries, the other islands too must have been, they must have given them the same, and they didn't respond. Antigua maybe responded, but I don't think they're going to single out Antigua and Grenada I think it will be like a Caribbean thing. And that's why CARICOM, heads of government, met together and they had a discussion on it to know exactly what's the way forward.
Because if they're asking, where is that? You said Bahamas? Is it Barbuda? What was the island you said?
Antigua.
Okay. Well, Antigua is
Antigua and Barbuda.
Okay. Antigua is farther up than we do, and we closer to
up north.
Venezuela.
Way up north.
Was it Antigua or St. Lucia?
Antigua and Barbuda.
But which one? Which said it?
Their father.
St. Lucia, I think, is the one that...
That made that comment?
Yeah.
Well, I heard a comment from Gaston Brown.
Antigua.
It's Antigua. Okay, right. Okay. Gaston, okay. Right here.
So they are farther up than we do. We are closer to Venezuela, in which they are claiming of this.
Well, it's not.
Thing.
I mean, again, like I'm saying, I would like to speak but I cannot say much because I don't know what is in those documents.
Then I mean,
we just
if
suggested,
it's drugs,
we didn't know. We suggested
to America.
We suggested we understand that radar equipment, whatever, but it's not. The request is not, I believe, a one paragraph. I don't think so. But all we saw from the government, the press release was just about a paragraph. But I'm sure if the request is coming from the US, it's not going to be a one paragraph. It's going to be much more than that.
Okay.
So in order for you to really be able to, decide exactly what should happen, you should know more, in my view.
Right.
But I depend on our Prime Minister who had read the document and get advice and so on and so forth from people who know and able to make decisions to decide what to do.
So we can see the mass is divided.
Well, I don't even know if it's. I don't really know if it's really divided, but people are talking, and that's been a talking point for the last couple of weeks. So hopefully by next week we should be able to hear from our Prime Minister and know exactly what decision is likely to be made.
Yeah. But the people who have this thing in their hand, you see people just talking, and that's what I don't like. Wait for the Prime Minister and the Cabinet to make a decision because they had the document in their hand. As you said, Kim, we do not know what's in the document.
No, we don't.
The only person who knows is the National Security and the Prime Minister. So let them make their decision. We just say no, yes, no, yes, no. Let them make it. They know what is implicated, what's the consequences, what's the pros and the cons. And they know what will affect them and what will not affect them. So when they make the decision, they are the people who are going to stand the consequences, whether it's for positive or negative.
You're quite right about that. But something we have made earlier on, and I think this is a talking point that's going to be out there for a while too, is that we didn't hearing anything from the opposition. So, and they have the documents as well. So how come if they have the documents in their hands and they're not saying anything as well, but they don't have a voice? They can't make a comment. None of them.
Or are they waiting on the government to make it, and then they would come?
No, but the government they are part of the government as well. The government is not just the ruling party. No, the opposition is part of the government as well too.
But I think the problem is the opposition waiting for the government to make an error, to do the wrong thing, to make the wrong decision.
No, hold on. Hold on.
They go so easy.
Government, watch. The government makes a decision. The opposition and the ruling party is the government. So which means the opposition will be making the wrong decision too.
Well,
if the government, listen, it's not a one-man thing. It's not a one-man thing.
If they support it.
No, but I'm just saying, it comes out to be a government decision, which it has to be anyway. Okay? Now, the government is both opposition and
ruling party.
And the ruling party. So you can't come out and say now that you as the opposition to go and criticize what the government did when you're part of the government.
Afterwards.
Right.
Yeah, but what about if they're not participating? If they right now they're not participating.
Right.
So then the government made their decision. They make a decision, and it's yes. And then they'll come out and say, well, the people may not have opted for yes, they opted for no. That's what they. So then, with that now, they feel you're going to lose support and you're going to lose vote. Their problem is about vote. It's not about yes or no. It's about how much people they could capture from that scenario.
But the country is what matters.
But they're not checking on country. They're checking on getting back into power. So they're going to make a wrong decision. People that supported the NDC might say, but how can you do that? And even on the contrary, if they say yes, they might still say, why you do that?
But if it comes up in Parliament, say, for a vote, okay, and they didn't vote.
No, well, I mean, listen, Parliament is where the people's business are discussed. And if they discuss it thoroughly and they still decide not to participate, okay, so be it.
Well, then you can come and criticize.
But
if you decide not to participate.
But they do. They does that.
No. There's going to be
yeah, they will do it. But in terms of the how serious and genuine you are, I mean, this is a national issue, a national security matter, if I would say, and you have a role to play because you are part of the government of Grenada. The government consists of the head of the government is the prime minister. Yeah. So if you want to stay aside and pretend. Well, okay, so be it. When the decisions are made, what is the moral response? What is the moral grounds for speaking out when you could speak out all now and guide us?
And you keep quiet. Vibes FM, caller, come in.
Right, thank you very much. Now, I could support the comments Mr. Coy just making there a while ago. And I agree that the government is both opposition and in power incumbent. But I'm saying to you all gentlemen, please, you see, this is my problem. This is my point I've been making. And the word hypocrisy. And if we are, look, listen, I just listen to capsules on a morning time. I can just tell the opposition leader, go and put it in a freezer, let it get hard, and see what to do and whatnot. I consider that as disrespect. And if you feel that the opposition leader will own our idea or whatnot, one day he'll get old too. It's the same thing I keep saying, you know. Let's this bickering, this political wrangling and bickering over anything. The opposition leader remains silent, and you should not be trying to joke or instill fear or to make them to say anything or whatnot, etc. Let us leave this thing until Tuesday when it pan out in Parliament, and then
Hello.
Live with that. But please, as big men, so as big men, all you please, as big men, big individual, leave it alone as a dead job.
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, respect his opinion there. But I'll tell you one thing. In my view, in a situation like this, which is just so important, we should be hearing from the opposition already. Cost it what it will.
Yeah.
Say something. Well, you have no interest in the country? Well, you don't care? That's what they're trying to say. They don't care.
But the problem is that they're always negative on even.
But whether you're negative, whether you're negative or you're positive, whatever, say something.
What I'm saying, the point I'm getting at, is that everything the government does, they're negative on it. So why they don't talk about this issue? That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
Talk about this issue too, because you're always vocal.
Selective.
Any little thing, they do good, they do bad, you still talk. Now is the time for you to come up and express your views. You're not saying anything.
They don't have a view,
and that's the point.
I won't say that they have a view. I think they have a view, but they just that is the approach. The strategy is to just let's wait and see. And as soon as they lift their foot from the crease, the bill is gone.
No,
because that's the approach that they're doing.
You see, maybe they're hoping that a wrong decision might be made, or the decision made might have some backfiring. You know. So they would be able to capitalize.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's politics.
Capitalize on that.
Yeah, but if you're thinking country, if you're thinking about your country, you get involved in whatever is going on. You think a decision taking place in my business, and I have my kids and them. They don't say nothing, and just sit down and say, "They do what you want."
Kim, isn't that George Breeson wrote a book called the Island of Conflict? Is that people just like to conflict, they just like to go oppose, just something is true and right, but you have to say it's wrong, and it is a lie when you know that's the truth.
Well,
it's a whole waste of energy and time.
I see that happening. I see that happening a lot, but I don't agree with it. Truth is truth and lie is lie.
Exactly.
But Kim, if you have to get back in power, you do anything to get back in power?
Anything?
And that's normal.
No, that's
normal.
That is the status.
That's Caribbean way of getting in power.
I mean,
they'll bash you. When good things come up, they will not say anything. That's how it is.
But wasn't them who say that they're rescuing the country? Now the time to rescue. Now is the time to rescue the country. We need to get out of this. It's a military threat. Yeah, and you are so interested. Even before this threat came, you were going around saying you come to rescue the country. Please.
Vibes FM. Vibes FM, caller.
Hi, Kim. How are you all doing, guys?
Okay, all righty.
He just waiting to hear what the Prime Minister is saying. That's what he up to. He just staying in the background like a snake and waiting to hear what the Prime Minister have to say so that they will come out and
bash.
But the good thing about it is that the Prime Minister they open cabinet on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Parliament.
So then he has to debate it and all of that, and everybody will be tuning in to hear what the debate is. So you think Deacon's stupid. He thought Deacon would have come out and say something before.
Yeah.
But Deacon is a clever guy.
Yeah, man.
So then we're going to know what the plan is when Tuesday, by next week Thursday, we'll be speaking a whole different, singing a whole different song. But it's for what I've seen, it really saddened. When I sit down and think of this whole thing, Kim, it saddens me a lot because it's damn if you do, damn if you don't, that sort of thing. That's the kind of a place he have us in there. This, to me, this thing is just a bad dream, and you feel bad and it's too much, and you have nightmare, and you get up in the morning and say, oh, well, it's a dream I had, but is this real? And it's sad that that the America want to put us in this ugly way. They had been going so nice and quiet and peaceful, and those guys and them been doing so well for the country and all of that, and this thing just come up. People are saying all sorts of things. They're saying this other guy, he might be part of it too. Well, people are saying that.
Oh, yes, nothing.
That they say in the gym you really don't talk. But at the same time, nothing. I don't let anything pass me with this guy. This guy like power. This guy would do anything for power. And 3-4 weeks ago, before this thing come out, they didn't stand a chance because the country was going so well. And he think now with this thing, they may stand some kind of not a chance, but thing to talk about.
Yeah.
But Deacon our Prime Minister is a smart guy.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't just come out and just do things vike. This guy is smart. He do counsel all who he had to counsel. He listen to all who he had to listen to, and then he'll make the decision on Tuesday.
Yeah.
They tell us, because we already know the decision, what he making, but he will let the country know and the world know what the decision is. Being there with the opposition there in the parliament as well.
Right.
And I think that is a smart move.
Uh-huh.
And it's just overwhelming for me, because a couple months ago when I said, when I listened to the Gaza and Israel and Gaza and then Russia with Ukraine and all this war going on, I used to say in the morning, I get up early and on BBC News, listen to BBC News, and I would say, God, thank you for Grenada. It's not in this thing, and thank God that we're a peaceful place, and thank God we have a good prime minister. We don't have a president like Trump, and and then this thing just come out. This thing just like what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And so this thing come on there, and it's like, what the hell? What is this?
Yeah.
But we continue praying. We praying. That's what we can do. Because as you say, we don't know the whole situation of everything that is happening there and what what the documents say and all of that. We don't know. We only there speculating and saying all kind of a nonsense.
Right.
Today they have a big demonstration. In the next hour, I think they will be starting this thing, and all them old NNP, all them old PRA, all of them all break up that marching up party and all of them come out firing to have this demonstration. All of them come out and I don't know what. Well, let's see what happens with that.
Yeah.
People, there will have people that going, but a lot of people wouldn't be going anyway. I'm not going to go in Chester and stupidness.
Yeah.
But all we have to do is to continue praying for our government, and our Prime Minister is a young man that is wise, and he will make the right decision for the country.
Definitely.
And that's my go at it.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Already.
Okay, bye-bye. Now, I think this caller make a lot of sense, eh? Really,
And
the Prime Minister, you know.
And you know something I've been thinking, I thought about it a couple of times. So the Prime Minister doesn't have to make the decision, you know. Parliament will.
Parliament, yes.
Which includes everybody. So you can't say I make it.
Right.
Yeah. We go in Parliament and discuss the people's business. And this is a matter that we have to address. So it is debated and voted on. Whatever is the result is Parliament decision. So you can't, if you're trying to catch Dick Mitchell, yeah, and say, well, he say, he do it. Huh?
Bring it to the people, man.
Yes.
In the people's house.
Precisely. That
Vibes FM.
The business ahead.
What's a caller coming? Caller?
Hello, good day.
Yeah, good day, yes.
Yeah, I just want to chime in a little bit on the current topic that is being discussed. What I'm going to say is all my opinion. It's nothing factual. What I believe is happening here is a lot deeper than just looking for radar installation. You have to look at the connections with the African bank and what is going on the continent in Africa. I believe that the U.S. government is trying to dismantle CARICOM. They tried with the European Union by putting in tariffs on them. They join together and they fight back against him. What they're trying to do now is CARICOM has too many votes in the United Nations. And so doing that, they already got Trinidad to pull away. Eric Williams said in the Federation, 1 from 10 leaves 0.
Right.
So now with Kamala gone with the US, pull away from CARICOM and say she's making her own decision. The intention is to break up CARICOM for the number of votes that they have in United Nations. And with Grenada's connection with the Afri Bank, yeah, whatever the name is.
Flexing Bank, yeah.
Correct.
Flexing
Bank, right.
Yeah.
With that connection and the strong connection that is being developed with the different African states, I believe the US government is trying to make an attempt to destabilize the government of Grenada. By asking for the radar is to put them in a position where they have to make a decision where they have to isolate their own friends just to support themselves. You know?
Yeah.
If you listen to Keith Mitchell on his he had his different campaigns or what do they call them, rallies through all the different places. You remember he said an election is coming soon?
Yeah.
Early he said an election is coming soon because I believe, it's my opinion, that he still has his connections in the State Department. And knowing the information that the general public don't know yet, and he's bringing it out in pieces, right? In a clandestine way, so that you're not seeing what is in front of you. Keith Mitchell has a part in what is going on. Notice how quiet he is. He's letting the US government speak, and he's staying in the back. Just like what Maurice Bishop told us who he was. So we must believe when we know who people are, know who they are, and accept that. Right? The other thing too is the vote. That what is going to happen in Parliament, in my belief, is Parliament. The Prime Minister is going to table a resolution where he's going to call for a vote in the Parliament, a vote by division, where each person has to vote independently by themselves.
Yeah.
The constituency, they have to vote. So now you're going to put the opposition on the spot to vote yes or vote no. Not just staying quiet.
Right.
If they're staying quiet, you're going to have the resolution in Parliament where you have to debate it and vote on it.
Right.
So the Prime Minister is already way ahead of them, outsmarting them long before all of their planning.
Yeah.
He's way ahead of them. Watch on Tuesday. If I that's my belief, I could be wrong, that there is going to be a division of the vote.
Certainly.
You're going to put the opposition on the spot and say, vote for it, yes or no vote no.
Certainly,
Right?
certainly.
But we have to let the government make the decision, and don't just jump to conclusion and say all sort of things, because your voices are, most of you that's in Grenada that want to travel out, your voices are being recorded. They're keeping tabs on you on your social media. You want a visa, they tell you you have to show them your social media. They're going to track you. So be careful what you say and just observe and let the thing play out as it is. You notice the Prime Minister is very careful in what he's saying, because he knows the trap that they're setting for him. He knows the trap they're setting for him. So when they talk about regime change happening in Trinidad, they want it in Venezuela, and the former opposition leader, the diamond leader there in St. Mark's, tell you already an election is coming, so he know what they were planning. So just be careful. Talk in a diplomatic way, but don't expose yourself. Because wait until the decision is made on Tuesday, and we're all good with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a long time I didn't hear you guys, so but I'm listening every day.
Nice hearing you, man. Take care.
Man.
How's the weather up there? Freezing?
What? It's just starting. It's starting to get a little cold now. Today is about, well, I'm gonna give you in Celsius because I don't know the Fahrenheit. We're about 13, 14 degrees. The leaves on the tree just starting to change colors. So we have orange, yellows, browns, all the different colors in the autumn.
Yeah.
So it's just starting to change up.
Okay. All right. So take care, man. Thanks.
All right, but
we'll
wait until Tuesday, and then we can talk up all what we want about what the government is doing after Tuesday.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Okay. Wow. Let me try to take another call quickly. Vibes FM, caller, you're next. Caller, come in. Caller?
Good evening.
Hi.
Good evening, Kim. Mr. Coy, good evening.
Hey, good afternoon, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
We are right,
Okay,
man.
I heard you asking somebody about the weather. It's freezing here, man. I'm up by the poking outside. Wow.
Oh, boy. Don't mention that. You make my blood run cold.
Freezing away. I'm to wear scarf today.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kim, I went to the NDC thing last Saturday, and it was really good. The tunnel, Kim, was really great, man.
I saw it. I saw you.
There were so many people there, man. And I meet the star of the night, Mr. Leo.
I realized that too.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I met the star of the night too.
Hello. If you're talking about meeting the star night, you can't say Mr. Leo. You have to say Salio.
Oh, Salio. Okay. Anyway, let me say good evening to his wife too. Let me say good evening to his wife also too. They came. Basically, okay. Tomorrow we know that the Prime Minister going to his Parliament tomorrow, right?
No.
And then we know this
On Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, you changed it because I know you said Friday.
No,
He was going to
yeah, but it's no Tuesday.
Also, it's on Tuesday. You're going to have it instead. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean they cancel it. Well, so far we're waiting to hear what he's going to say, and I'm glad to know that he's going to take it to Parliament. It's very important, so that we could know like who vote who and who not, and then he take it back to the people. What he should do, I think he should really he should have a rally after that. And then or address the nation,
Watch.
So even a rally, but address the nation basically.
I think he has everything in his power right now. I ain't worried about the Prime Minister. I am not worried. He's not just acting as we sometimes would just say, like a knee jerk. He doesn't do that. He takes his time. He takes his time, weigh things out, and he has good advisors around him. And he's a smart guy too. He's everything. So,
but one other thing I realized, Kim, is like, okay, remember the Prime Minister said he knew about it in August, and he didn't let that bother him. He go about the business. I mean, he taking his precious time and do whatever he got to do, and that is supposed to be instead of running into a decision. And that's the reason why we realized that the opposition and them did not coming out, because I was listening to the rally last night. I listened to the rally. I listened to an interview with Emily Pierre. And you know, that subject never even come up. She talk about the fishermen. She talk about the Cubans and stuff like that. And I never heard, not even one question I hear Michelle and Scott bring to her. And I have to tell you, your program is very important. And Michelle and Scott basically show, because they talk about your program the other night too.
Yeah, they always talk. I don't talk about
them. About on Thursday that they people say they're waiting to hear what you go see on Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You know, say program is very important over there also too. But one thing I like that but you have to put them on the spot, and that is something that we really have to take with time and really take with time and give time to that. You understand? We just can't rush into such a decision. And I think the decision to me gonna be no.
Well,
you know, I mean, whatever decision that the prime
No, I was saying, you know, that whenever these requests are made, it's not a situation where you have to have this immediate response. Okay? Because with countries, you know, sometimes they have to go through different process, you know, to make decisions. So the request was made back in August, and I don't believe it's only Grenada that was sent to. I believe the other Caribbean islands must have received it as well too. So in other words, now we, at our timing, or at when we're ready, we make that response. And that's why the Prime Minister is making sure that he cross all the T's and dot all the I's and make the right decision in the interest of the country, and not like a one-man thing. If it was the NNP, as it has been in the past, they might have made a decision without even we knowing. Somebody said that on the program today. Maybe we may even know what even go down. We'll see things happen. You just imagine.
Well, as far as the guy said, remember he said he used to work at the State Department? The previous guy, remember he talked about that? And I think, and something that I look at again, because if you realize the Prime Minister met with the President of Venezuela, and remember he was trying to see if he could negotiate with America also too. So the Prime Minister knew that, and he was trying to see if he could reach out to them. And when he realized the answer, in my opinion, what he get, then the Prime Minister decided to go about his business, where he make the trip to Africa and all these things on him.
Well, a lot of things that we're not sure on it, but we're just suggesting. So we're just waiting for Tuesday.
But highlight quick, boy. I see your boy Cox behaving bad, man.
Well, I believe, you know, like I say, you know, the little Tommy singing for his supper. What would he eat? White bread and butter. How would he cut it?
The guy said that the guy talk about like the lady that get the material and stuff, and
no, nonsense, man.
This guy that real joking truth, isn't it?
No, real nonsense. And he believe, but again, that's only going into the ears of his supporters, you know, because that's what they want to hear. That's what they want to hear. But in Carriacou here, it's a different ball game altogether. You know, Cox, no, it's a past thing of the past already. And this time you go get the licks. When I tell the licks, the worst licks you could get is in your home court, you know. You know that?
But Kim, you check your WhatsApp with something about Perry?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I saw the information.
Oh, you check it out, okay.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we go chat.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we go chat, and I'm looking forward to Tuesday to see what will happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to see why before you run out on me.
Well, any day now, you know, I could tell that, you know, it's any day now, you know. So and you don't like the numbers, you know, when temperature is more than 20 below the age. Yeah.
You ready to leave, right?
Yeah.
Kim and Koi, take care, man.
Okay, man.
We'll be talking, Kim.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
I have some stuff to send for you. Maybe later when I get a chance.
Yeah, please, do that. Yeah, okay. All right. There's a caller that I spoke before, eh? And I think, you know, it makes a lot of sense when he mentioned, you know, the way they should maybe do the voting in Parliament if it comes to that, and decisions of the nature. I think he really nailing it properly. Yeah? Really. I like the comments that he made. It's important that things take its time, and the process, and our Prime Minister is stupid. And you put them to the task if a vote comes, whatever. Listen. Call out. No, yeah and nay. We don't want that, no. Yes and no. Yeah. Put the mic on you. And if you're quiet, we say we didn't hear you. Yeah. But it's going to be interesting, though. People are looking forward to that, you know. And I believe the reason why he moved the Friday. That's me. That's my B. Is that Saturday is a holiday, Thanksgiving. So let me go into Thanksgiving, nice, whatever, as we go in, and then we start regular business on Tuesday. And Kai, already. Well, I didn't have to tell you that we're going live.
You would, in fact, if we get a chance to go and sit down in Parliament, you can be done.
Yeah.
Yes.
But those folks who are not able to tune in, live, I'm going to say live, video-wise on Parliament, they could always hear the...
Well, we are the only radio station per se that in, of course, this part that are around and that
we bring the entire live. The entire Parliament live. We do that all the time, because we believe that there are people out there who want to know, don't have the means of knowing, but if they have the radio, they can listen to the dialogue.
Yes.
And it's important to get them involved in the process as well. Let them know something. Don't keep them in the dark.
Knowledge.
I'm listening about the demonstration they have to have today. When is the demonstration today?
They're supposed to have something today.
I find that making sense.
But when you ask the question, who is really spearheading that demonstration? Look at the people.
There's a coalition of people.
Yeah, but hold on a minute.
Groups and organizations.
No, but if you try to single them out and look at the records,
anti-American
and things like that, look at the records.
Yeah, well,
check it out. One of them, I understand that America's been after him for a while, and he's hiding.
Anti-American.
Anti-American.
And I just imagine that. So anytime you mention the name America to him, he's looking around.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, and I guess they would tell us that we're standing up. We are standing up for our rights. We are standing up to what we believe. I guess, and two, one of the things that one information I have, small information I have is that because the demonstration was supposed to be held today, because tomorrow was supposed to be Parliament, so they wanted to kind of make it close, so that they could bring all those things in, but it didn't work also. But we'll see what happens. Enough of this speculation, but I
think the demonstration, as the previous caller mentioned, is a lot of anti-Americans who had some bad experience in 1983. I was a soldier, I was in university. I was a soldier, and I might have that same view too.
But, but I think the caller is right, because I look at some of the names. When I look at some of the names, and I look at the records and stuff like that, and it just makes me wonder, why they have been so vocal and why they don't want to hear the word America, because it's like a death sentence.
They had to enjoy a lot during the revolution, invasions, a lot of prison, and a lot of issues, But I think we should wait on the Prime Minister. Just wait. Just take things easy. Don't blow things out of proportion that the American saying is the government. It's not the government. If you go and demonstrate, not to do the government. Wait when the government make the decision, then you could demonstrate if you want. You could say, well, we don't want that, and we don't want that, and look, so and so.
But they wanted to spare in this demonstration and trying to see if they could, create this kind of I don't know if it's anxiety or whatever word, whatever. Are the same people again that have the records, that the records ain't good. Or then some of them been in prison. Some of them afraid of prison because people looking for them. What you know what's going on? Look at the names. Look at the name. You call it no name, but look at the names and see who's been speaking, who's been vocal, and you know definitely why they've been vocal in that respect, because the record.
Exactly.
But sometimes it's very wise for these people to just back out, because you don't have a bad stain already, and when you come and demonstrate in the forefront, it doesn't solve any problem. It makes things worse. Create more problem.
Well, you see,
just stay off that. You personally, if you had a beef with the United States, just stay off that. Stay off.
They want to express themselves.
Let him make his own decision.
Well,
what he said, we'll agree. If we disagree, we agree.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that they don't like the current administration. They don't like the prime minister. They think he's doing too well. He's getting too much attention. They have issues with him.
Is that jealousy?
So of course. Okay. So what they're trying to do, create some kind of a, not unrest really, but create some things in the air that may not be, people may not be comfortable with. I don't know.
It's like, according to a lawyer, there is nothing, but they're making something out of nothing.
Something out of nothing. Let's see what happens, okay? So,
wow, at least we have given the listeners some extra time, because in the past weeks we have been always cutting them short. So we are happy to say, listen, we give you this extra 15 minutes.
Well, they get it 15 minutes.
Yeah, they get it 15 minutes.
They get it 15 minutes. So no complaints, eh?
No complaints, okay. No, I don't think that they would.
So Rodney, nice having you around.
Thank you. So Kim,
always.
It's so joy always to listen to Vibe FM, and
share views
and to share views and so on. To keep everything inside, and the boss thing you can share, And so I thank you so much for the opportunity and privilege, and to make my contributions and so on.
Dr.
Pitt, always a joy.
Dr. Pitt, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, well, I think the government and the opposition, as you rightly say, should work together. This is the thing about country. This is not about NMP or NDC decision the government going to make. This is about our country, and whether they made the wrong decision or the right decision, we are going to face the consequences. So I think the government and the opposition to sit in parliament and make the correct decision.
Well, watch and see what will happen.
Let us see.
Let's see what will happen.
I really think today's engagement was very positive. I mean, of course, as I did say, and I would always say, we can't always agree. None of us would always agree with everything anybody else says. So I think the discussion was positive as far as I'm concerned, and it shows that we have interest in our country by trying to understand what is happening and so on, and try to guide our leaders and say, listen, don't go down that road. But whatever it is, I believe it will redound to the benefit of the Grenadian people, because we learn how to engage each other, talk to each other.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and guests, and not the views of this radio station.
And that will just wrap up our program for today right here on Vibes FM. We want to thank you so much to those of you who participated, called, whatever way you participated in the program. We always appreciate you. And encourage you to tune in every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Vibes FM. Speak Out Unfiltered. I'm your humble servant, yours truly, Kim the King. And I reiterate, it's always a pleasure being with you.